1. Now the awkward wait for the
for everything to start working, and there it goes.
Yeah, it's because of the delay. What the hell?
That's the ad. Apparently, that's before our live stream.
Okay, that's weird. It's
for an app. It's called like Monsters or something like that. It's
yeah, that was a bit disconcerting.
That's the new opening now.
It's like, yeah, some like Halloween, like spooky, scary bullshit. All right, January. It's the month no one else is really doing anything. It's the month of no good movies, nothing going on. Who cares? Fuck it, it's January.
Fuck it. Yeah. Hi, everybody.
Is everyone enjoying their winter/summer? I'm actually not sure how many Aussies or whatever we have in our audience, but yeah, winter. We actually have a winter this year, kind of. We got a lot of rain the last couple of weeks since Christmas, and it's cold as hell, so that sucks.
California needs it, though.
Yeah, it does. Not the cold, though. Just rain. Why can't we just have, like, a medium temperate rain? That'd be great.
No, not allowed. Can't have your cake and eat it too, Skybolt. If you're in college, you're going back to classes. Yeah, sorry for anybody in college.
Yeah, that does suck, too. I remember those days.
I've been debating on whether or not I want to go back to school. Kind of going back and forth on it.
Yeah, definitely it's worth looking at the returns, because college, especially in America, is mostly a scam. It's like, unless you get a very solid, like, job return or, you know, a big job market where you need a degree, it's probably not worth it.
Well, like, I want to go back to school to learn languages and become a linguist, but real talk, I could literally just get Rosetta Stone and just practice the languages with my aunt.
Yeah.
And then take, like, some kind of course that says, yes, in fact, I can speak 4 languages.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably the most economical way going forward. You know, especially if it's like 2 or 3 languages, that's easy to buy software and actually, that's something where, you know, independent creators, they make a good use of, like, you know, learning a language YouTube channel where it's like, you know, you learn by teaching kind of thing. I know I've seen some channels like that.
I never thought of that.
So you could go through, you know, go through your train section or whatever, fresh up on that, and then, you know, do like a video on these are, you know, this is the map of Deutschrail or whatever.
Deutschrail?
I don't know, whatever they call it. I don't know what the German word is for train.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I said Deutsch, not douche. Doucherail is
That's
America.
what I thought you said.
Oh my god.
I was just like, what?
Okay, whatever.
Sorry.
Pizza rail. I don't know. Italian trains. Do they have trains in Italy? There's a lot of mountains. I'm not sure if you can put trains in mountains, except Switzerland.
I mean, you can. I had to go through the mountains when I moved to Germany. Oregon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's different. The Pacific Northwest. The Cascadias. Do
you mean like mountains. Literally like through the mountain?
I went through a tunnel somewhere. I forget where, because I took the Amtrak to Reno one time. It's like a scenic like back road, a back route through like what is it, Grass Valley and some places like that. Yeah, Grass Valley, everyone, that Grass Valley,
with all of the grass
and all of the dead horses.
Oh no! Dead horses.
I demand you live stream whatever you're eating. An unknown Mr. M.A. asks.
I'm not eating anything right now, but I could if I can get my camera to work.
I'm having a bye.
It's nothing exciting. It's probably cereal.
the sparkling antioxidant infusion Gimby pink grapefruit. That's pretty good.
What?
That's the drink I'm having. Is one of these by like what is it? White tea? I think it's white tea extract. Green tea, whatever. It's pretty healthy. It's relatively healthy. EAST Corp Productions versus West Side Rollers. What is West Side Rollers? I don't know that.
It sounds like a roller derby, like a bunch of angry lesbians.
West Side Story. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so pretty chill start to the new year, luckily. Last year was like not nightmarish, but it was very stressful for me. I had like 2 trips right away and I got really, really sick, and yeah, it was a hamper. Like I couldn't do any Confession 7 riding then until February, but this year's different. This year I got a shitload of riding done the last 2 weeks, so yeah.
I have been packing stuff and getting stuff sold and thrown away or given away to my friend's younger sister because she needs clothes.
Yeah, moving is always a good excuse to cleanse. Where you just get rid of the old, junk and boxes and things where it's like, you're never going to put it to use or recycle, or it's just not worth it, so you just send it somewhere.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing. It's very stressful and I don't like it.
Yeah, no, it's a hassle. It takes weeks.
Mm-hmm. I've been complaining to a friend of mine. I don't want to go.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
It's too much work.
Yeah, the transitions are the worst. It's so nice. It's so nice to just settle in and then, be grounded for a while, plant roots again. I've moved so much the last 6 years that I feel the same thing, where it's like I'm just glad to be in one place now for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I was when I first moved into this apartment. It's like, I'm going to stay here for as long as I possibly can. And then it's like, oh, you got to move back to California. And I'm like, oh, no. Not again.
No, there's fire down there. No.
Everything is on fire. Everything is so expensive.
Yeah, that too. Especially now, it's only going to get worse. But at least the weather's nice. At least it's cool breeze. It's a little bit, chilly in a nice way.
Chilly. Yeah. I'm just not excited about not having a job.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Ugh, that's not exciting. Like, I'm gonna be out of work for a hot minute. That's gonna suck. I'm just gonna be bored. Like, what do I do with my life?
What are you doing? It sounds like you're kicking your table a lot.
No, I don't have a mouse pad, so anytime I move my mouse.
Okay.
Yeah, so I need to get a mouse pad. I was thinking of buying one for my friend Ardeo. But I'm broke right now.
Yeah, and so is Ardeo, which is why he's taken 2 months to do my Christmas commission.
No, real talk. Okay, so I know he's taking a while, and we were actually talking about this yesterday. Because he feels bad that he's taking so long, but at the same time, I'm super proud of him because I've never seen him churn commissions out this quickly.
No, it was fine ultimately. I'm happy with the one I usually use, but so now I'm getting a summer beach guy commission off of that, so that's nice.
Yeah. So I'm sorry it's taking so long, but at the same time, he's never churned out sketches this quickly.
Yeah.
Ever. I've known him for 5 or 6 years now, and it's just, I'm blown away with how quickly he's been posting sketches. He's a good dude.
Yeah.
Just like, bro, what have you been doing? He's like, I've been trying not to die because my parents are crazy.
Yay. Yeah, and on top of that, it's just same old.
Yeah. There's an echo. Needle echo. So how is everybody in the world?
Yeah. Does anyone have any topics? I'm not sure what there is to talk about. It's a lot going on.
Just like, let's stream, because why not?
Yeah.
You guys want to do like story time? I mean, I don't know what to do with my life right now. Guy was just like, let's stream. Guy Bolt's a little quiet.
Is my mic on?
People are surprised that you're quiet.
Hello. La,
no,
la,
like
la,
you're not
la, 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 la. I think they were talking about the gain. What did I record where I had to turn my mic's gain down? Testing 1 2 3 testing. I think that's better.
Kitty?
Yeah, no, I'm just sort of in between things, It's just cranking out confessions as fast as possible, and then we have a bunch of survival guides in the waiting. I know I'm trying to look at the list again. I think we have 5 left to write, or 7, something like that. I need to talk to James because he didn't get back to me after I proposed that change to the schedule. So.
Oh, I talked to him yesterday, but I guess I didn't know about that, or else I would have brought it up.
Just about rounding out the sections, things we'd mentioned.
Yeah. I'm gonna get some stuff recorded, hopefully within the next couple days. That way, you guys have a backlog while I'm kind of tied up moving and stuff. Because I know the first week of February, or first weekend of February, I'm moving. February 7th is the official day. And then the week after that, I'm going to LA, and I'm going to spend some time with Lucas for Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
And my birthday. We want to go to Harry Potter for my birthday.
Yeah, because every one of those parks is like a giant, like, Harry Potter land now, right?
Yes. Really want to go. It really just depends on fun.
I saw a lot of meh take away from the last movie in the fall. It seems like not as many people saw it as the first.
Oh, The Crimes of Grindelwald?
Yeah.
I actually really liked it.
Yeah, I thought it was fine, but the main complaint looked like they said it was too much of a transition movie. I guess sort of the reaction James and I had to Ruby Volume 4, so I guess it kind of makes sense.
Yeah. I'm really excited though. If we can go, because I just have to drop $500 on my car, and then I'm gonna have to drop another $600 to $1,000 at least.
Zocard so in the chat. Join us in the audio. We're in the Discord because we get better audio this way.
Who's in that? What?
It's Ocart.
Bitch.
Okie doke.
Get over here.
She's not going to.
No, she's not. But I had to replace my front brakes to make sure that they're safe to drive to California.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I know I had to drop a few $100s on new tires in December. That kind of sucked.
Ugh,
I was way overdue, but it's still like, it's December. You already have a lot you've spent over the holidays, and it's like, now, damn it. So.
Yeah. Like, I have the money to cover it, but at the same time, that money is meant for moving.
Yeah.
So it's just, it's not something I want to do. It's not exciting, but thankfully, like, I have a friend who's willing to help me fix the car for a lot less expensive than what a garage would charge me.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still going to cost me a little bit because I have to buy the parts and everything.
I guess one thing that came out is the news of the season 2 of the Equestria Girls like internet series. That's kind of neat.
Oh yeah, we have Unicorn Twilight.
Where we finally have Unicorn Twilight again. I am so excited. Let me see if I can find those. The let me see here. Where is it? I know I downloaded this. I loved it too much. I had to download it. There we go. It's so adorable. It's so nice having that back again, and more Horse Sunset Shimmer too, which I always loved. So
horse. She's a horse. Horse.
Yeah, no, it looks exciting. No, what I'm hoping now is if they're splitting up all of these mini clips and stuff along like defined boundaries, like seasons, then I'm hoping for a release, then a Blu-ray release, and we can get our Mirror Magic and all the other things in nice crisp Blu-ray package.
What was I gonna say? I'm actually super behind on everything.
I still have yet to watch the season finale for 8. That was the one major thing I'm still out of the loop on.
I think I've watched some of the episodes from the first school stuff, but that's how far behind I am.
Yeah.
I've been kind of trying to catch up, but I'm like, I've got other things I need to do.
Yeah, the mid-season episodes are kind of like, I don't know, kind of a scattering. I know there's a few when 5, 6, 7, and 8 that I probably didn't actually watch, but it's like you get enough like second hand from all the reactions and pictures and stuff that it's almost enough. It's almost not worth then going back. So I don't know. It's a different time.
Someone says, "Wait, how is calling ponies horses racist?" It's not. It's not.
You can say horse if you're a horse. That's how it works.
Because the Cutie Mark Crusaders say they have hearts as strong as horses.
That's right. They do.
So it's not racist.
Which would be really funny if it were in that context.
Oh no!
Your 8-year-old discovers an NWA album.
Oh
no! Woo! Okay. Yeah, no.
Let's take a turn.
My understanding is this is the last season because I know there was a leak or something about like, future properties or whatnot, and it only listed season 9 and then like some specials. It sounds almost like they're going to end the series, quote unquote, with some kind of like best night ever or best gift ever type special. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I'm gonna say the H word.
I'm gonna say this. Oh my god. I just hope they bring in some more Tempest. I want some Tempest in there. Get whatever generic actress to fill in the voice. She's probably fine. It's just fine.
Oh my gosh.
Bring in Tempest.
So I watched. Have you seen Into the Woods?
No, that's the musical, right?
Yeah, so it's a Disney movie. It's got Emily Blunt in it.
Oof.
So I was watching it, right? And she was singing, and I'm like, okay, I cannot just get Tempest Shadow out of my head.
Yes. Gotta open up your eyes.
A bad movie.
Oh yeah, that's what I've heard. That's why I didn't see it when it was in theaters, because I know some people were excited, but others were like, ew, it's trash.
So I have like a buddy of mine, he got like all of the Disney movies ever created.
Oh my gosh.
And put them onto a flash drive for me.
Oh my gosh.
Right? So I have all of the Disney movies ever created. Which is insane, by the way. My mind is kind of blown.
Yeah, didn't they have an anniversary with like their 50th movie was like Rapunzel or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a lot of
Um,
movies.
but one of them was Into the Woods. So I decided to watch it because a buddy of mine was like, yeah, it's really good. It's very enjoyable. I think you'll like it. All right, cool. So they sing every few minutes. So it's very show tuney, like Broadway musical kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they try to mesh Jack and the Beanstalk, Rapunzel, what else? What was the other ones? Little Red Riding Hood and Cinderella. They try to mesh it all together.
Ew.
But they do the actual Brothers Grimm stories.
Okay. So wait, really? That could get pretty dark.
They actually cut off the stepsisters' toes and heels.
Oh my gosh.
And, like, there's dripping blood and everything. And, like, they sing a song, we gotta cut up your toes to make them fit.
Ooh. Now, that's more exciting. They should have marketed that.
It's so dark. I was surprised at how dark it is for a Disney movie. And Meryl Streep is in it. She's, like, the Wicked Witch type thing. And the part that blew my mind the most, and I think the part that immediately turned me off to it, was the fact that they say rape.
Well, yeah, if they cover Sleeping Beauty, then that's like the whole story.
No, so they didn't cover Sleeping Beauty.
Oh, really? Okay. That's good, because that would have killed the mood of the musical pretty damn fast.
Right? So the Wicked Witch, the reason why she's angry is because the father of the bakers stole some of her vegetables while his wife was pregnant or whatever.
Okay.
And she's like, he raped me. He's just stealing from your garden.
Oof.
Jesus.
So. Oof.
This is a little intense for a kids movie, and Johnny Depp is in it. He plays the big bad wolf.
Oh, of course,
that eats the grandmother and eats Little Red Riding Hood, and it actually shows them being eaten. It's
really?
It's insane.
That's surprising, actually.
I was like, this cannot be a Disney movie. What the fuck is this?
It seems like, well, obviously with their whole, approach to the industry right now, but yeah, they're making these live action versions of fairy tales or their old stuff, and they're like, okay, now we could be a little bit darker, a little bit, edgier, which that would be nice if they actually did go full edgy for some of these. It might make them more worthwhile than just cheaply ripping off their own animated masterpieces.
I think in this case it was too dark.
Interesting. Maybe that's why it didn't get, because it was rated like PG-13, right?
I don't remember what it was rated, but the fact that they were bringing up, like, rape in a Disney movie, I can live with the toes getting cut off, fine. I can live with, the little girl and the grandma being eaten. I can live with that, but I can't live with them throwing the word rape into a Disney movie.
That's next level. Oh my gosh.
I was like, whoa. Wow.
You think they'd at least dance around that, so to speak?
Right? That was crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. Movie musicals are kind of back and forth. Like, I didn't watch La La Land either, mainly because it looked like just Hollywood, like, masturbation, which I just turned me off immediately. But, it'll probably be one of those, like, little cult classics.
Yeah. Another one that I watched recently was The Greatest Showman.
Oh, yeah, that got ridiculously popular. Holy hell.
So I liked it, but the last song was bugging me because I couldn't figure out why it sounded so familiar. And then I realized it was just Despacito.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Like, I'm sitting here like, why does this song sound so familiar? What is this? Fucking Despacito.
Are you kidding?
Here, let me see if I can find it. I have to show you now.
I do not remember that at all. Yeah, I saw that over last Christmas, like over a year ago, and it was just like fine. We were like, just filling time, me and the fam, and they're like, "Oh, hey, it's huge Aquaman," and then there's and it's about P.T. Barnum, which is kind of like, and Yeah, and then somehow like the soundtrack became like this giant super, which kind of made sense to me because I remember watching the movie. I thought these songs are like a lot of pop shit, which I hate personally. But I'm like, yeah, looking back, of course that's gonna take off. Oh well. That's that's probably what Hasbro were trying to, but it didn't work. It didn't work.
I'm trying to find it. Give me a second.
Probably if it was that song, I didn't recognize it either because I don't seek out Despacito. I don't think I've even heard the whole song like, long enough or whatever. But yeah. That's true. They are remaking Pet Sematary. Luke Condrix brings up in the chat. Oh yeah, Phantom of the Opera. Of course, that's good. That was my favorite movie in high school. Got me when I was in choir and all that good stuff. So that's good.
I found it.
Okay.
Despacito.
Wait, what?
Despacito.
Awful. Just awful.
I was just like, what the fuck? Because I spent a good 30 minutes sitting there like, what does that sound like? Despacito. Na 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 Despacito. Na 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 Despacito.
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that is a what the fuck. It's just awful. Yeah. That just validates my initial takeaway from that music, but that's fine. That's fine. People enjoy it, whatever. Yeah, so
oddly sexual.
yeah, that's you gotta find the right stairs. I finally got around to watching the Teen Titans Go movie, which is really sad that the great Teen Titans series never got a movie. Well, kind of got that TV movie with the Japan Ink monster guy, but then yeah, it was fine. I liked how meta it was. It was very well written in terms of like the plot is sort of them trying to get their own movie within the universe. Like, oh, you can't be a real superhero unless you have a movie. And then the plot like revolved around that, which was fine. It was a lot of good meta jokes in the nature of them versus the original series. And then they had the teaser at the end about maybe bringing back the old series, which who knows? It could just be blowing smoke. Although it seems like DC's finally on better footing. Like, Aquaman was good. Aquaman was okay, relative to the other DC movies, it was damn great. But, and then Shazam looks funny, and then, Wonder Woman 84 is on its way at some point. What else?
So I saw Aquaman, and I actually kind of liked it. I mostly like that they put Toto's Africa into it.
That was, I actually very much appreciated that. It was pretty fun.
So, I like it because, I spend a lot of my time during work just finding ways to sneak Toto's Africa into my best friend's life. And usually it's sending her these videos that are like, oh, it's just a video of Mr. Krabs. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
So I do that a lot of the time, and when I watched Aquaman, I was like, "Ooh, I gotta take Rachel to see this."
My one change to that scene would be if they made it like the guy was playing that over the plane speakers rather than within the meta soundtrack. But it was fine.
Oh,
it was fun part.
I gotta take her to that, and then I'm never going to do that Toto roll thing again. It's just gonna be like. I told her she's not allowed to go see the movie without me. I have to be the one to take her. Specifically for that reason.
Yeah.
I'm a terrible.
No, it was a finely constructed movie. Maybe a connect reconnect thing. What the hell? I did an 8-hour stream and nothing. And I think Discord was open during that too. I thought it was Skype that was doing that. That was my initial theory. Damn it. It's just Susan fucking with things again. Yeah.
Damn it, Susan.
Yeah, damn it, Susan.
Check your interwebs.
My internet's fine. I got full bars.
Kick it.
Yeah. Aquaman was a polished turd. I mean, you know, it's all DC movies, though. On the Marvel scale, I put Aquaman like one step below the original Captain America, and so that's my judgment of it in terms of, you know, cape shit movies from the last couple years.
I just like seeing Jason Momoa shirtless.
Yeah, of course. That's the whole point. What's her name in that green jumpsuit was not bad either. That was pretty fun.
She was Ariel. Like,
she was
you cannot tell me that wasn't Ariel.
Yeah. Although the red hair was a little bit silly, they could have maybe made that a little bit less like cosplay, a little bit more like it's their natural hair than, you know, bright spray. I don't know.
The spray would have made it look worse.
Well, yeah, that's what it was like. It looked too fake. Obviously spray. Whereas make it like some fish where, you know, they are naturally that color.
Yeah. Yeah. It was interesting. Mermaids. There were mermaids.
Yeah, the mer people were fun. They were
definitely aquatic apes.
Yeah, and then the what else was it? The like monster fish people, that was pretty intense in the trench or whatever. Yeah, so fun movie. And then what is it this year? It's Infinity War, and I don't know, obviously Infinity War is not the end, because there's a shit ton of other movies coming after that, so I'm not sure how they're going to go from here. This is like the big, you know, conclusion, kind of, to the meta narrative, but it's gotta just keep on going somewhere, so... I don't know how they take a step up from this, basically. It's like Thanos, you know, killing half the universe and then, you know, using the Time Stone to undo that. Like, that's pretty peak storyline. So I think what they'll do is they'll have to go back small for a while and then, you know, just let the individual movies play out like it's the 90s or something.
What if they, like, do something stupid like, guess we didn't really give him the Time Stone, we gave him a fake one, and the gauntlet can work without the Time Stone. Wah!
Yeah, I don't know. It's, from what I've heard, that the whole concept of Thanos in the original was something about, like, he had fallen in love with Death or something, and Death was, like, sort of the hell woman from the third, Thor movie, but you know, OG or whatever. But
well, Hela's a goddess.
Yeah,
yeah.
Well, yeah, but Death, like proper capital D, I guess. That's what I heard. I don't know. I don't read comics, but
the only thing I can think of, like, with that, because it sounds like you're describing Deadpool, because that's what happens with Deadpool. He falls in love with Death and marries her.
I mean, that is a Marvel movie, so who knows?
But I was telling a buddy of mine that Jess is going to become, or not Jess.
Jess.
The lady from Deadpool, the wife who dies.
Oh yeah.
She's going to become Death.
Destroyer of Worlds.
She's gonna become Death. Like, I knew this from the first movie. She's gonna become Death.
That's exciting.
I know. I'm like, this is gonna happen. Ah!
What about Spider-Man? Did you see that? The new one? Into the Spidey voice?
No, I haven't seen that, but I've heard it's really good. I've also heard it's really sad, but I'm not really surprised because Miles is...
I mean, it's kind of sad, not really sad. Maybe it's the tone of, the movie itself, but it doesn't get that dark. But,
Miles is a tragic Spider-Man.
Yeah. No, I liked the variety of spider people. They I wouldn't mind seeing like a full movie for each of them. But I'm not sure about the odds of that because Spider-Verse didn't do very well, so we'll see what happens.
Lightning McQueen dies at the end of Spider-Verse.
Oh,
well,
good. Lightning McQueen can die. Then we won't get any more Cars movies, thank God.
Or Planes movies, Jesus.
Yeah. It just gets worse and worse.
I have that curse of a movie on my hard drive. Planes.
Ew.
I know. It's horrible. I also have this old one of their original things that they did before they started doing movies. It's a puberty video.
What?
Yeah, Disney did like this puberty video in like the 30s, I want to say. I don't remember exactly.
In like Disney animation?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that sounds awful and also amazing.
It's one of the first videos that like actually explain female periods.
Oh my gosh.
So it's mind-blowing. But yeah. I watched it out of curiosity and then I was like, I don't really need this. I kind of already know what's happening to my body. So here, and I gave it to a friend of mine who her little sister just turned 13. So she started.
Always fun. Yeah.
I was like, here, have a cartoon about what's happening to your vagina.
Oh my gosh.
Even though all of her older siblings are sisters, so like she kind of understands, but at the same time she's still a baby and she's just like, it's awkward.
Yeah.
Joe Swanson walks in Spider-Verse. Oh God. That's amazing. It's a miracle.
He's back in the wheelchair by the end though, so that's all that matters. You gotta regress to the mean.
Short-lived. At least he took his walk of fame.
That's right.
There's a few steps in the right direction. I'm going to keep going on this until somebody laughs.
What else came out?
Thank you, Sketchy Rivet. We didn't take no. Though technically I said it first because there's a little bit of a lag. So we got 2 Eagle Bucks.
Fantastic.
I feel like Sketchy Rivet is our printer of $2 bills.
Oof, that's always fun. I like $2 bills.
They're really cool looking.
Neat little rarity. Yeah, so it's just kind of chill. I'm glad so far. My dire self-prediction of the year's going to start out stressful and crazy again so far hasn't happened, so I'm hoping it stays that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cuz that's how the
Hopefully
last year was.
2019 is better.
Yeah, I'm overall positive for the year. There's a lot of fun stuff on the way from us for the channel and individually and stuff like that, but it's still yeah. You can never put too much stock into it. You got to be careful not to build things up too high because, a little wrong turn in life and you're suddenly doing something else.
"2019."
I know, I can't believe that.
Who's dressing up? Who's getting all scene style goth craziness?
No, 2019, this is the year of cyberpunk. This is the year that a lot of old cyberpunk stories were set in. It's Akira year. It's Blade Runner year. It's going to be so awesome.
You haven't heard the meme, Sky?
What meme?
A bunch of people are like, let's break out all of our stuff from high school. It's 2019.
Oh, ew. Not scene.
So they're like dressing up in scene attire.
I mean, the closest to that probably was I listened to some My Chemical Romance back in high school.
This guy was edgy.
It's mainly the Black Parade album. Basically just that one album. That was like the extent of my my knowledge of that scene.
Yeah. 2019.
Oh my God. Bungie and Activision separated. Yes, that is so great. I'm not too positive about that though, because Bungie was all like celebratory for some reason when they separated from Microsoft in '07, and then they immediately got in bed with Activision. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you? Under Microsoft, they made all their best stuff, the original Halo trilogy, and then the echoes off of that with Reach and ODST. And then, like, as soon as they get with Activision, you know, they immediately interfere and screw up the story. So Destiny was launched as a hollow, empty void of no plot line. And then they ended up firing Marty O'Donnell, the, you know, music master behind their soundtracks, because why? They couldn't release an album, the prequel album, The Music of the Spheres? It's like, no, I don't have any hope in Bungie. You know what they're going to do is they're going to now get in bed with EA or some company that's even worse than Activision and do even worse shit. They don't know what they're doing.
They're trying. They're still a baby company.
Yeah, a 30-year-old baby games company. Yeah, no, I do not. Maybe I'm a pessimist. I don't see this as positive because to start, I looked this up again when I was initially snarky about this news. They made a 10-year agreement with Activision. So and this was 2010. So yeah, they broke off with Activision 1 year early from their 10-year agreement. Ooh, so brave. They definitely give a shit about, you know, the people that followed them. Like, you know, my understanding, and I could be wrong, but my understanding was Halo, for what it was a nice new series for the fans of Myth and Marathon, the original Bungie games. You know, it was something they appreciated and enjoyed. Destiny was the opposite. Destiny was a giant step down. You know, it's like going from Homo sapien back down to freaking Australopithecus or something.
I mean, some people like Destiny. It made another game.
No, it was a DLC expansion pack that they just sold as a full-size game.
I don't doubt it. I didn't personally like it, but some people like it.
Yeah, some people like it. Some people like, you know, some people liked No Man's Sky when it launched too. That didn't mean it was a success. Yeah, I don't know. The music is still good, even post Marty O'Donnell, like Salvini and friends they did well with the music, but it's just like, I don't know. For me, when I enjoyed Halo, there were three main pillars to it. Was the multiplayer aspect of it, which a big thing for me was the split screen. It was all the big group split screens, and that was immediately clipped at the wings as well. For the last 10 years, all of these Exponer and whatever, it's like, no, every single person, you gotta buy your own system to play multiplayer. It's like, fuck you. What a bunch of greedy bastards. So that's hampered. Secondly, it was the storyline, which again, Destiny aborted before the game actually launched. It's like, oh yeah, go read the Grimoire cards online. No, I'm not going to do that. And then 3 was music, and they took out half of their original, music duo of Salvini and O'Donnell. So there you go. You got half a star out of 3. Good job, Destiny, you idiots.
Good job to whoever made Sky salty.
Oh man, yeah, no, Destiny's a waste of time. What I'm hoping is the best outcome. This is like the golden outcome is. The reason Destiny or Bungie broke the agreement early is someone did wake up and they're like, okay, we're going to fix this. And, in 2 years, they'll have Destiny 3 and it'll be like Fallout 3, a total sort of relaunch of the series and actually put to work a lot of the lore that they did craft and a lot of the lore that does exist in a fun, comprehensive game. And it will be great. But I personally don't see that happening. So we'll see what happens. Apparently, from what I've heard, rumors are that Halo Infinite is bringing back split screen, 4 players on one console again, which would be a godsend to me. Like, that would show that they are actually trying to go back to their roots. I mean, think of it these days, We don't have CRTs anymore. Like, all the kids who grew up on 20-inch, big tube televisions playing Halo 2 split screen, and now we're adults, and we have 60-inch HD or 4K TVs, and we can't play split screen on those? You gotta be fucking kidding me. It's like, what kind of tone-deaf, morons at these companies are coming up with this? Like...
Or if maybe they had the ability to, like... You have 2 separate screens and you're like literally playing on 2 separate screens, but you're still playing on the same console.
It's like the TVs are bigger than ever. All these, like, we all grew up on TVs much smaller than this, and we split the screens. It's like these days, every one of the 4 corners would be as big as the screens we grew up with as a whole. It's like there's no excuse. It's just pure greed. They try to make you buy an extra copy of the game, try to make you buy an extra system, and what do they have for it? It's like there's no following, it just completely cavitated the community.
To be fair, I honestly think that part of the issue is people who are our age now and who are, buying 2 separate consoles for their kids so that their kids don't fight over the console.
That's excuse. That's like marketing
I think
though.
Part of that, like, it's partly bleeding into that. Like, yes, I agree that it is probably mostly greed on the company's side, saying, oh, you have to have 2 separate consoles. But then there are also the parents who would gladly buy 2 separate consoles for their kids so that they don't fight over one.
Well, and that's a choice thing, though. That's all about, then, you could, regardless, do that. Whereas, that's Apple marketing, then, where it's like, we really need to sell these AirPods, so we're just going to get rid of the headphone jack. So you don't have the option. You either buy our new expensive shit, or you have nothing. And that's essentially what this is, rather than, hey, just have both, just like we've had for the last 10 years. So, yeah, no, and the thing is, it's like, maybe enough people, like, it smooths out over time, but, like, that's what kills followings. That's what kills people that, like, devote themselves to companies or brands or whatever, is like, cheap, greedy shit like this. So I'm very hopeful in that case for 343 and Infinity, because it does look like they learned their lesson. They got rid of the hideous armor designs that they rolled out for Halo 4 and 5, which were just atrocious, and they're going back to a basic looking Mark 6 and whatever the story is going to be. Maybe it's going to be Halo Fortnite or whatever, just a big team battle type thing, but whatever, it can't be any worse than 4 or 5. See, you got me going, and Needle's just here, so go back to I don't know, dumb.
Just listening.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna hop up and go make some coffee real quick while you're doing your little rant.
No problem. I am excited though about the next box.
I like how somebody in the chat was like, nobody buys 2 consoles so their kids won't fight. That is a load of horseshit. Absolute horseshit. Most of them have kids now, and half of the friends who have kids are kids who are like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, those kinds of ages. They literally bought 2 separate consoles for their kids just so they wouldn't fight, because they can't fucking teach their kids how to share.
Yeah.
So don't tell me that they don't do that, because a majority of people do that because they don't want to have to deal with their kids. They want to put them in front of a TV. They want to put them in front of a console or an iPad or an iPhone and have that babysit their kids instead of them teaching their kids. And then everybody wonders, why the fuck is my kid a little shit? Because you didn't teach them. You gave them an electronic, you put them aside, and you put them in a corner while you went and did your own thing.
Well, it's funny, too, because then another excuse, marketing agent number 3 will say is like, oh, but, adults, they really care about the graphics and quality. It's like, no, blow it out your ass. First of all, maybe in the competitive scene of, like, yeah, all the, like, the people who play 12 hours a day and actually do go to, like, the big, like, Korean battle conferences or whatever, sure, maybe they really care about full 60 frames per second at 4K on their own personal TV. 90% of the people that loved Halo were not like that. We just wanted to play with our friends and, you know, have options, sure. So make it, again, an option. You can play, you know, max mode when you're doing online play and whatever's left of the, you know, whatever's left of Halo matchmaking. But then for people who want to play custom 4-player with their friends, let them do that. It's like, choice is always better, and it's like, you know, they try to ramrod people into their what they think is the future, and then you get like what happened with the Xbox One launch, where you had that one asshole say, oh, we have an offline system, it's called the 360. It's like, oh my god, how can you screw up any harder than that? And the other thing, too, is that finally Microsoft's waking up to, oh, wait, maybe we shouldn't have tried to focus so hard on, like, sports and television and other stupid shit like that for our game system where no one's buying fucking cable anymore. What are you, an idiot? And
right?
Yeah, it's like, even if you do really care about sports, you're not buying, like, a dish package. You're probably going to a bar every Sunday and hanging out with friends. So I do with my dad. It's like, come on. It's just shallow, stupid marketing executives and greed. And so finally, Microsoft's waking up. They're like, okay, time to buy up all the shit. So they're buying up Obsidian. They're buying up all these other smaller studios. And they're going to put money into first-party games again. Good job. Finally someone in their staff are realizing why the hell, you know, people... Well, I mean, look at Nintendo. That's why people care about Nintendo still in almost a cult-like fashion, is they had 4 or 5 really solid series, their first-party, like, giants, and they keep feeding them. You know, they put as much energy in they can as into their Pokemans, into their Marios, into their, you know...
Nintendo or Pokemon isn't Nintendo.
Are you kidding?
Pokemon is Game Freak.
Well, I mean, the property is Nintendo. I mean, you know, sure, the actual games themselves, yes, are Game Freak, but, like, you know, it's like one of the symbols of Nintendo. It's like, you know, Halo might have been a Bungie game, but, I mean, it was like, it's the symbol of Microsoft, basically. Or Sega, or what was it? Crash Bandicoot. Crash Bandicoot was PlayStation, but, you know, it was made by the naughtiest of dogs.
The naughtiest of dogs.
The naughtiest of dogs. I was tempted, actually. I almost got the Crash HD whatever game, where it's the first 3 games, like, remastered, because, oh, those were quality. I used to love the old Crash games.
I want the Spyro games so bad.
There you go.
Like, I absolutely loved playing the Spyro games as a kid. I played them up until our PS2 broke. Like, I think maybe that was when I was maybe 14 or 15 is when it finally just crapped out and it was done. But it was also the same console that we had while we were in Germany, so it was quite old. And I'm like... As soon as I saw, like, things coming out and I see people posting about it on Twitter, I'm just, like, dying to get my hands on a copy. I absolutely super duper duper want to play it, but I don't have a PS4, so I kind of have to buy the PS4 first. That's literally, like, I've been putting off buying a PS4 because there haven't really been a lot of games that I've been super interested in. Like, I kind of want to play The Last of Us. I've played a little bit at a friend of mine's house. I want to play the new Resident Evil games. But Spyro, ugh.
I think
even
if
there weren't any other games, I would literally buy the PS4 just for Spyro.
I think at this point it's worth just waiting. That's at least from what I've heard, is the next box is on its way in like 2020. So I can only imagine that the PlayStation 5 is around the same time.
Neck box?
The next box.
Oh, I was like, is that really what they're calling it?
No, I think the current name is like Project Sanguine or whatever. I don't know. Something, or it's like a city. They always name them after cities at first. I think they should call it the Xbox Infinity. That's my personal opinion, that was what I thought they should have done for the Xbox One, is call it the Infinity, because it's like, you know, it sticks with the whole, you know, the circle thing they got going, you know, 360 and 1, and now make it Infinity, but it's like, it would sound cool. I think that's why they're naming it Halo Infinity, and I think it's going to launch as a launch game for an Xbox Infinity. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, I'm getting up. I'm gonna go make my coffee.
You
I had
do
my
it.
little bit of a rant.
You do it.
Enjoy the sultry sound of Skybolt's voice for a moment.
So sultry. Yeah, so hopefully the you know, they're all like, again, this is for everyone's benefit. We want them to make good games. We want them to be paying attention to people that care. It's like, you know, if you just care about us back, and we'll care about you. Crash Bandicoot 2. Oh yeah, Scarlet. That's the project name for it. I prefer Next Box because that sounds better. You should join PC Master Race. I mean, I kind of did, you know. First PC game I've gotten in a while was Fallout 76, and then oof, that kind of betrayed me, and now I dropped $60 on a game that I've played like 20 hours of. It's essentially Destiny for me, where I played 20 hours of Destiny 1 and I was like, nah, that's good. That's enough. But hey, at least the Fallout 76 soundtrack was pretty good. I added that to my writing playlist of like, like background noise when I'm writing like scenes. So there's that. Yeah, I don't know. It's something else. What else? The other thing too, and more personally, is my setup at home. Is my computer area isn't necessarily game optimized. Like, I don't have like a giant screen. You know, I've got my two like 23-inch monitors, which are great, but it's like my desk is at capacity, and I do have another TV, but I don't want to like. I know I won't game as much in here just because my chair isn't really that comfortable, and the couch isn't really that comfortable, whereas, like, out in my living room, I've got my big TV, my nice couch, everything, so that's where I game when I want to veg out. Whereas, like, but my computer is really more like a home office. Like, I work, you know, I'm writing or doing art or doing, you know, this kind of podcasty stuff, which in the front of my mind is like, you know, I'm putting energy into. I'm trying to make it entertaining. You know, I'm thinking of it like a job as DJ, which I wish we had a better kind of format to do proper DJing, because that would be fun as hell. As actually go through like old Brony songs and manage like like Skybo radio for 3 hours every week. That would be kind of fun.
I am back. My coffee is brewing.
Nice. I might go grab a second drink here soon myself.
I agree, though. We do need to find something that actually allows us to play music and just like DJ and just have fun without them copyright striking us up the fucking ass.
How fun would that be? Like, we'll still do this. You know, we have like 10 minutes of our segment, and then we drop in, you know, the next song that people had voted on or whatever, and then we come back, and that could be kind of fun.
I think we could do that on Twitch, to be honest, because like I know there's a way to set up my bot to set up Stella. Stella, I attempted to name her Stella. I think I talked about this. I actually tried to name her Stella, but
hell yeah,
the name was already taken.
Aww.
So she's technically the Crusader mainframe, but I'm going to still call her Stella.
She's still our Stella.
She's still our Stella.
I'm so glad I sort of forced James into accepting that, because I put that in the very first script, and at first he was like, okay, you know, Control-C, Control-V, or search and replace, but I forced it on him. Once I came up with the acronym, then he couldn't deny.
Right. So there is a way to have Stella actually play songs that people request. Like, they just put, whatever code I put in, and then they paste the URL into that code, and then it plays that song on our live stream. And then people, if they want, they can I have a way that it's set up so that people can earn bits, and you can either stop a song using bits, or you can put your song at the top of the list using bits. You can do like little mini games with the bits that I have set up. I have set it up to do that. And I know that there are people who do play copyrighted music on their Twitch streams, like as long as they're actually doing something else in the background, like not just copyrighted song. Woohoo! It's
Well, and I was thinking beyond copyright as well of like having like brony music, you know, drop the links of, you know, even if it's a repost or whatever, we go from, you know, we go from there. That's what I tried to do the second half, but then we got off topic onto Pokemans, so that happened.
Pokemans are good.
But yeah, no, I was thinking, since there's so damn much of it, yeah, I was thinking it in terms of like brony like music playlists. So, well, we'll see what happens. We'll keep it. Yeah, that's right, Nickelback. Oh my god.
Play Nickelback. Only Nickelback.
Only Nickelback. I'm through with standing in line.
Look at this photograph song and did it entirely in Animoji.
Or you know, like the meme versions of it too. Like what is it?
Look at this graph.
Yeah. Or the best, where the whole song is the best. That's always fun. Yeah, no, so that's potential, or we just we'll figure it out somehow. Streaming is the future. And Stella played Despacito, and that's.
There's another one. It's just all the small things. All the.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. We'll have a whole Blink hour.
Small things.
Oh, gotcha. All the small things, all the small things.
And then when he gets to the chorus, it's sitting so.
I love it. That would be fun.
Oh, on top of all the Disney movies, also given all of the DreamWorks movies.
Oof, yeah, Disney,
so
but
I got
Edge.
Shrek.
Yeah, we could play Disney movie songs as well. People could vote up. It's play Let It Go again. Let It Go, but it's the version where I don't know, Nostalgia Critic sings it.
Play Baby Shark.
Baby Shark.
So at the last con that I went to, I didn't really like attend the con. I just helped work their sound stage and everything.
Nice.
And there was this weird period during the cosplay contest where one of the contestants, we think, didn't realize that she wasn't supposed to leave and she left. So we had to go find her. So there's a bunch of people just sitting in the cosplay, like the cosplay contest hall area while we're trying to find this other cosplayer because she was supposed to come back. And so what I did was I just started playing random songs. I played like Gangnam Style and people got up and did Gangnam Style. And then someone's like, play Baby Shark! And I was like, oh no. So I put on Baby Shark and then everybody just starts doing the little finger thing.
Nice.
It was pretty great. Oh, it was good. And then like I started playing like some brony songs and most people didn't understand what it was until I played Discord.
Oh, nice.
It's really sad. If you don't know brony songs, Discord. And this one chick who was just singing that because I said, oh yeah, we're gonna hop on Discord, and she's like, Discord, and I was like,
yes.
You don't even know brony.
You don't even know brony.
And you're singing this. Johnny Guitar? What's Johnny Guitar?
It's the famously overplayed song from New Vegas.
Oh.
Yeah, how does that go? Johnny Guitar. Yeah, it's just like, it's a weirdly like slow song. It really like cuts back the pace of like a lot of the other New Vegas songs, and I don't know, something about the code, it really does come up more than it should. I'm like
Apple Pirate Radio.
That's what I'd call it. Hell yeah. Or what was it, instead like free Europe radio or whatever, called like Free Pony Radio or something. I don't know. We'll play off of that. Play off of like the pirate broadcast send into Starlight Glimmerstan.
I think we just make it off of like a Fallout thing.
Oh
Like
yeah, we'll probably do that. Like EAST Corporate Radio.
Oh my gosh, and then have like intermittent stops where, as a reminder, please stop putting nuclear fusion rods into the refrigerator where we keep our lunch.
Yeah, that could be fun.
Nasty side effects. Thank you.
We'd like to report that there were only 2 injuries on the production floor today. Both of them have become essential parts of the next line of Sentinel droids. You know, there's some parts of them mixed in there somewhere. That'll be a surprise for our buyers.
For those of you who fell into the nuclear waste yesterday, please report to the nurse for a Band-Aid.
Someone just carries their bones. Yeah, so always all fun ideas. All fun ideas.
Somebody steals the radio. Light just starts. We're taking this thing over. You hear fighting in the background. Get off the microphone.
Yeah.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program. Remember, we are always watching. Thank you.
Yeah, so I don't know. Just I like that
Free
concept in
radio.
the general sense.
Someone says free banana radio.
We could have a tip of the banana hour or something.
Oh my gosh.
Just the tip.
No.
Dang it! Now I just have Blink-182 in my head now.
All the small things. All the small things. All the small things. You're welcome.
Yeah. I got to get their California album still. I just have the one, the Bored to Death song, but the other songs are good. I just haven't gotten around to it.
Oh no, why am I so tired? 12 hours.
It'd be a good theme song for the podcast. Bored to death and fading fast.
Same. So, on other news, we're having free sweet roll day. We are not responsible for any injuries that may come of eating the sweet roll.
Don't ask where they came from.
It's 5 a.m. What time? We're at about 2:38 p.m.
Yeah, where's it 5 a.m.? That would be like, I'd be like, India? I don't know. Where's it 5 a.m.?
I have no idea. I don't think it's 5 a.m. where the Brits are.
Oh, I was close. India's at 4:08 a.m. right now.
Oh.
You know what? What time in Perth? 6:30. Okay. Getting closer.
Too far. Gotta go back one.
Back to Indochina. What time in Vietnam? Hey, 5:38. All right.
So you're in like Vietnam or something?
Something like that.
Nexus? That's crazy. I don't think we've ever had somebody in Vietnam listening.
Oh, Kazakhstan. Oh, that's always fun.
Do they have internet in Kazakhstan?
I thought of another joke. I'll skip past that. It's close to 5 p.m. here. Yeah, that's right. It's 5 in the p.m. It's always 5 o'clock somewhere. That's right. Yes, it is.
Not here.
It's the joys of the internet.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere is what all alcoholics say.
That's right. I'm not drinking in the morning. You're drinking in the morning.
5 in the morning. 5 o'clock. That's me at cons. Drinking at 5 a.m.? What the fuck? I need the energy for the rest of the day. That's only ever happened one time, and it was because I didn't realize what I was drinking was alcoholic until after it.
I was gonna say, how do you get energy from alcohol unless it's like a Four Loko?
Four Loko.
That's right. Oof. When you absolutely don't want your heart to work anymore, Four Loko.
No, you put Bailey's in your coffee.
Yeah, there you go. That's the Irish way if you want to do it that way.
I either do Bailey's or I have a white chocolate liqueur in my fridge that's really good in coffee. Oh.
Speaking of weird mixes, I always I'm not sure if they make it anymore, but I wanted to try that Coca-Cola Black at one point, which is the Coca-Cola coffee. I'm still curious what that must taste like.
Apparently they have Nuka-Cola Black.
Yeah, but that's a rum, I think.
Is it?
Yeah, they made a limited edition rum that they called Nuka-Cola Black.
That's so cool. A buddy
cool.
of mine has some, and I'm like, oh, what is that?
Yeah. It's booze. No, but like, or what was it? The old days, the old days when you could still put cocaine and heroin in drinks and stuff. There were some drinks that mix cocaine and coffee or whatever, which is like,
oh my god,
ooh, that's a stimulant. Oh my god.
Do you want your heart to stop? Because that's how you get your heart to stop.
Yeah.
You would be awake and wired in minutes. Just go.
That's right. The Nuka-Cola Quantum's at Target. I know that. A few of the bottles appeared on Amazon again, and I was tempted to buy some, but I'm like, it's just the Jones soda. I'd only be buying it for the bottle, and I kind of... Well, they aren't like fancy bottles. They're just Jones soda bottles. It's like, if they were like a Nuka ship bottle.
Ones. Ooh! Totally gonna make like EAST Corp Jones lemonade things and bring them to Babs.
There you go. Well, who did Pixel Kitties did that for a while. They made some wrappers for bottles to make sparkle colas.
Totally gonna do it.
Well, you know what we could do that would be in universe for us as well. We could make some sparkle laser lemon cola. That was a joke from the old Ghoul Doctor days. Laser lemon sparkle cola. It's just lemonade. It's Twilight's hard lemonade, but not hard like that. But you know.
Yeah. So, Chaotic Babies, if you really want an EAST Corp coffee mug, I did put some on our Redbubble. So, you could go buy an EAST Corp coffee mug if you really wanted one. You could even buy a Stella coffee mug.
I actually kind of like the design that Sancho came up with for Vermont's in the picture. It's sort of like the negative where you just have the three black bars and then the empty space of the cross. That's actually kind of neat. We could come up with that. Print that on some like, you know, those type of mugs.
I think I could do that. Like, I could probably get some blue coffee mugs and do like get some of that acid etching stuff and just etch in the lines and then leave the middle line. Like, that might be cool.
I know one thing, if I really wanted to like self merch out, is get one of those little glass like 8 laser etch things and then get like a blue light base for it so the logo glows in the middle. That would be kind of cool.
That would be cool. Or doing glow in the dark. I think that really only be cool if you shut the lights out, but I mean...
Yeah, if our logo were more green, it would work, but because of the blue, you know, it's... You can
get blue glow in the dark.
Can you? Okay, maybe I just haven't researched it enough. We'll get some OG radium.
Oh my god.
Just bake the radium right into the ceramic.
EAST Corp Radium. Radium.
EAST Corp Radical Blue. You don't get radical without enough radium. They say Marie Curie, all of her stuff is still so radioactive, you can't really like study it for too long. Like, you gotta wear a suit to like go in her office and stuff. Oof.
I'm not surprised.
Her casket also, I read this, which was really epic when I was like, it was like, you know, one of those just like did you know kind of articles. But I guess her casket is literally like a box of solid lead, like because her bones and everything are still so radioactive.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and so it's like I think 1.5 inches of lead completely around it, which is really metal.
Who is the zebra OC on the far right side? Oh my god.
That's Oakheart. She likes having a male zebra OC.
That's Vermont.
Yeah.
I love the people who are like, who's the female voice?
It's just the female voice. That was the funniest.
Thank you.
I mean, it's more sad on us that we can't get Oakheart on as often, so we'd have more than one female voice, but you know.
No, it's more sad that I female voice and people still ask who the female voice is.
Yeah.
That's the sad part.
Yeah.
I mean, at least Oak and I are distinctive. Like she's got a British accent, so she's different. But me, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, what we need to do is like an EAST Corp Ladies Night where we have both of you and then Hypner Dunk and then also Scribbler.
Maddie.
Babbo Scribbler.
Maddie.
Ladies Night and then me and Vermont like crack jokes in the background.
That you two aren't allowed to talk.
No, we won't lead the conversation. We'll take a step back. It'll be your turn. Wait, what if Zebra is female? Why is she wearing a suit? Are you saying girls can't wear suits? She looks damn good in that suit.
I'm offended you said that.
We gotta put him in a dress now.
I'm sure he wouldn't mind.
No, why not? That'd be awesome. Yeah, but no, we can't disturb Sancho. I have Sancho busy drawing so many things for me right now. We can't disturb him. Yeah, so that's fun. That's pretty great.
Just saying you don't see many females in suits. What? Clearly you're blind, sir. I see females in suits all the fucking time. Lawyers, man.
That's right, lawyers.
Lawyers. They wear suits.
It's so funny seeing some of the old like 90s cartoons where it's like the sort of like power, the sort of like the power like shoulders and then the skirts with some of the female executives. That's it's very much a timepiece. Like the pinnacle of that is the mayor from that what was it, the Radical Cats show? What were they called? Ah, shit, what's the name of that show now? I can't just make 90s references loosely. What kind of 90s child am I? SWAT Cats, that's it. SWAT Cats, what? Mayor.
Cats? When I worked at one of the craft stores here in Portland, they still sold shoulder pads.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, my mind was blown. I was like, what the hell?
Is this the 90s? We're people just in time. 90s retro's coming back. Are y'all ready? It's going to be awesome. Can break out. Oh, it's going to be so great.
Female can wear a suit. I have no problem with that. Just don't let them drive. You're really sexy.
Oh, damn. That's a troll.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and...
SWAT Cats is great. Yeah, no, but the what else was I gonna say? Why did I bring up 90s shows? I was thinking about 90s shows recently because they're remaking something, or something's being brought back, but I can't put my finger on it now. It just feels like a lot of 90s stuff is on its way back. I don't know. That's the dream. That's the dream. We got to go back.
They're trying to pander to the adults now.
Hell yeah. Remember the 90s? Don't you guys want to go back to the 90s? when we had dial-up internet and and Pogs and Tamagotchis. But 90s anime though, that's why I'm thinking about it, because they're bringing back Ghost in the Shell, and the original Ghost in the Shell was in the 90s, and now they're bringing back a new series or something. Yeah, so no, I'm excited. This is the year of cyberpunk. Someone asked in the chat earlier, but I'm excited for 2077. We got a Blade Runner anime. I mean, oh my god, and we got more Ghosties in the Shell. We got a cyberpunk game. I'm excited. I'm very... Oh, and that Battle Angel Aelita. That's probably going to fail, but, you know, the context of that and the live-action Ghost in the Shell, at least... And the, what was it? The, after Altered Carbon series that, you know, people are ginned up for the genre again. So we can start cranking out some more of the good stuff. I'd also argue that the Ready Player One was sort of a cyberpunk movie. It had a lot of the same hallmarks. I actually went back OG too. I rolled out. I got the audiobook for Necromancer from the 80s, which is considered one of the first cyberpunk properties, and set a lot of the tropes in motion in the same way as the original Blade Runner did. So it should be fun.
Coffee has been acquired.
Oh, that's right. It's Sanguinum Luna has the Nuka-Cola Quantum. Yeah, I mean, it's a nice look, and maybe if I thought the blue would last for a while, maybe I'd consider. I don't know. It wasn't worth it. It was like $30 a bottle on Amazon when I was looking, and I'm like, I can't really drop that right now. It's not. It wasn't quite worth it.
Doop-a-doop-a-doop. I brought my coffee.
Yeah, and then it is crazy though how much stuff we are going to have this year. I mean, I know it's just starting out and whatever, but you know, eventually soon-ish we'll have the Terminal Secrets finale, and then soon-ish we'll have The Great Experiment, which I am super pumped for. We got to see the preview of the first segment to the first episode, whatever, and it looks really good. I'm very... James did a great job with the editing and really making it, like, you know, pop.
Question in the comments: what does it take to work with y'all? It depends on what you want to do. If you want to write, send us some of your writing stuff. If we like it, we may use you for future projects. If you want to voice act, then you need to wait for a audition video to come out.
If you're a female voice actor, that's probably peak demand right now, is more girl voices. But if your voice sounds, you know, anyway. But that's the peak demand, really. And then down from there, it's like, I guess kind of VAs in general. But yeah. Art too. If you can do any kind of... Huh?
We don't really need them right now.
Yeah.
But we are looking for them eventually.
Yeah, and artists as well. More artists that can kind of do show style, like what you're seeing on screen, like what Sancho can do. Anyone who can do anything like that, please, you know, give me their contact or whatever, because I could use more. I could use a lot more. Oh, yeah.
We love Sancho, but we don't like putting so much work on the poor guy.
He doesn't have enough time, I know. I feel bad because I appreciate him, and I don't mind paying him as much as I can, but we do have somewhat of a schedule, so I'm hoping I could get maybe 2 or 3 people, especially for the Confessions finale. I've got like 7 things planned, so yeah.
Yeah.
And that might also possibly come out this year. Episode 8 is still, I want to say June. That's sort of my realistic target. I don't want to say before then. So hopefully June, but then hopefully the finale by December. We might be able to end the year with Confessions. We'll see.
We also really need people who like are reliable and don't disappear.
Yeah, we've had that happen a few times.
Yeah, so we really need people. And if you are going for any reason, like, at least let us know what's going on, because we've had people just kind of poof and never heard from them again. So if you are interested in doing any of those things, you're more than welcome to send, like, I guess, a resume to the EAST Corp email and we can look at it. But whether or not we use you right away is another question.
Yeah, so should be a good time. And possibly we could finish Wasteland Survival Guide this year too, because I'd based on that list, I'd say there was like 12 episodes left. I think,
Yeah,
so, something like that. So,
and if we keep on the schedule of like every other week, then that could be the next 6 months would be done.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Because I'm excited too about just finalizing and like putting it all into one big compiled work. That's for all of these. Actually, I'm very excited just about having that finality. You know, having that like whole package of these to stand as, you know, a part of the Brony fandom or whatever.
Yay.
I was Googling around, kind of doing a nostalgia trip, and I stumbled on the old Equestrian Broadcasting Company's channel. They were making the Fallout radio play their own at one point that had like warbless music and some stuff like that, and I was just sad looking through the old comments on that. It's been over a year now. They're basically done, but oh well. It was they were good, you know, the first 4 episodes, especially all their older stuff.
Yeah.
Like the little one-off Fallout Equestria segments that they eventually added into the first episode.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering what's happening with the Fallout Equestria audiobook, because after they lost Jesse, like, they kind of went cold. That's
really unfortunate, yeah. Like, I understand for, you know, them, for Jesse, for, you know, what they want to do, but I just haven't heard much info at all. Like, they said, like, I guess, Wubcake is one of their VAs, which is not that surprising, but they mentioned she was their 3rd, so I'm wondering who's number 2. Do they have, like, a pinnacle male voice yet, or, like, what's going on?
Well, supposedly they had it all cast before they actually did the GoFundMe, and then they had some stuff recorded, and then Jesse dropped out because he decided he's gonna, you know, go through his transition. So, you know, they no longer have the female lead, and they needed a new female voice. So they got some chick who I've personally never heard of, but apparently she's like been a Broadway actress or something like that.
And see, that's what I don't trust, is that they didn't put any links to any of her work. That's like, that was a really bad like red flag for me. I'm like, oh god, not even one link to like a video of her doing some kind of voice acting. I'm like, that's not a good sign.
Right? Like, if she's not known in the fandom, you need to be like, here's her work, here's her accolades, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, this isn't like Ellie Monty, where you can Google Pony Ellie Monty and immediately find, you know, her whole, you know, voiceography. And I tried Googling around to find anything I could from this new woman, and nothing. And I was like, oh, that's not a good sign. So, yeah. I'm guessing it's someone's sister. Something someone knows. Which could be fine. I'm not saying that's a bad thing necessarily, but she's got to at least get the job done, you know?
I mean, even if we could get, like, a sample of something. Yeah. Like, here's what we've been working on. Here's an update.
It doesn't have to be her finalized, like, Little Pip voice, but just something, like, in the range that she's done before. Like, I assume that they had to, you know, do, like, an audition to decide they want to use her, right? Right?
She's just somebody's girlfriend.
That's what I'm most afraid of, yeah. And then it's going to be then the whole project is going to be one giant, you know, controversy and refunds and who
There's knows. So much money that was shoveled into it by bronies.
What did it get, like $35,000?
Oh, so much. I don't remember the exact amount, but there's a lot of money in it. Vermont was joking the other day about us doing it. Like,
Yeah, I saw that. I don't think we're gonna do that. That would be insane amount of recording and mixing, and I don't think any of us have the time for that. We appreciate the enthusiasm, though. I'm glad people, the people respect us about that.
I'm surprised that, like, I'm still surprised we've gotten to where we are now. I think we're still at, like, 2,000 something. What are we at now?
Yeah, it's like, I think almost 2,500, something like that.
Oh, okay. So we're doing pretty good. Not
Holy
too shabby.
hell. 42,733 Eagle Bucks.
That's how many Eagle Bucks they got? They got a lot of Eagle Bucks.
That's a lot of Eagle Bucks. I mean, they say they're, like, apparently some of Seventh Element's music is going to be in there and stuff, which is great. Oh, wait. Here was the initial breakdown for their funding. Voice acting and editing is $15,000, which I think we've all talked about before. It's like, that's not enough for the whole book. That would be like people working cheap or free in that case.
Yeah.
Artwork 300. I guess that's for like what that one main piece that they've got, which is nice. That's forget that artist name. Campaign rewards $7,000. Shipping $1,000. What does that mean? Shipping? Are they sending like CDs? Shipping? It's just digital download. What the fuck are you talking about shipping? That's that brings up questions. That would be like hosting. That's what that word should be. Like hosting it on, iTunes and Google and Amazon or whatever. Like Audible. I don't know. And even then, I think you can publish pretty cheap on places like Audible.
I mean, if they did it on Audible, that would be good for them.
Yeah, that would be like the end game. That'd be perfect, if they could get it in the Audible market. They'd have to definitely set up, though, some kind of definitive, like, system for K-Cat. That, she gets her cut, his cut, whatever. Because that would be the ideal end game, is getting it on Audible, but... and then campaign and transaction fees is $2,600, which, yeah, maybe I don't know. Maybe that's just like essentially overhead is managing the campaign, which is fine.
Well, transaction fees, GoFundMe charges you some.
Yeah.
Like I know for me, I'm running a GoFundMe to cover moving expenses because moving is expensive. And I think I got 700, and they took.
Okay, and then under stretch goals that were achieved, we have music and sound effects done. That's 27,000, which I'm not sure if that's enough for this stretch goal. We will add an intro and outro music for the books, as well as some sound effects for gunshots, explosions, etc. So I guess it's sort of like light music and sound effects. It's not a full like Terminal Secrets like dramatization or whatever. That's
what? They're not doing a full dramatization.
Yeah, that's not quite sustainable, as we've seen in Equestrian Broadcasting Company's case.
No, you actually have to have it. If you're charging that much money for what they're doing, you need to have some form of dramatization in it. Whether it be light music or something like that. But, like, you can't just do voices and be like, here you go.
Yeah, it's going to end up being some kind of, like, sprinkling or whatever it looks like.
It's going to be bad. I'm nervous about it. Good thing I didn't put any money into it.
Oh, me neither. I hate to, be pessimistic, but after... I don't know. Well, it's like with Equestrian Broadcasting Company, I'm like, there's no way Warbliss can do, like literally scoring, like for, the entire 64-hour book series. And then on top of that, it's like, okay, it's just not realistic. Like just intro and outro, like, and then some sound effects in the middle, sure, but it's like, it's gonna take a long time. And the main VA, the little Pip, the main female reader for all of this, and they didn't link to any audio samples from her. Oof, I do not trust that. I got the alarm bells. Other stretch goals, chapter 20.5, the mare worth fighting for. Apparently that's gonna get done now. This chapter can be skipped for those not wishing to hear the sexual content. It's not even that raunchy. I mean, like most of Project Horizons gets, raunchier than that. And then 35 grand second VA for the male dialogue. So again, that they achieved that, but again, they didn't tell us who's the voice, who's the guy, where are his works, who is he? No information. I'm less than enthused.
Yeah. I would personally be worried for anybody who actually backed it.
I'm curious too, because I wonder if that's even a brony like VA at all, or if that's going to be
the
someone
Broadway chick.
Oh no,
or
the male voice, or if that's going to
Calamity.
be. Well, the other thing too, they said they're bringing in the third voice of Wubcake to do like background voices, which kind of makes sense. It's like, okay, if you have more than one voice anyway, then get like 4 to 6, so it fills out a little bit better with variety. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, the money's going somewhere, but where? That's what we want to know.
Into someone's pocket.
Because typically with GoFundMe goals, like, especially when it comes to things like that, it's like, all right, this goal, this is exactly what's going to happen. $5,000 at this VA for this character. Here are his accolades. Go follow his YouTube page. Something like that. But with a lot of the people, we're not getting that. And that's what kind of puts off, like, at least the people who understand what's going on, like, that's a little bit weird. Why wouldn't you tell this? The people who don't understand, which is fine, he does, they're just like, oh, it's to be announced. It's not a big deal. But with how much money is already into the project, like, gotta tell us where things are coming from.
Yeah.
Especially if you want our hard-earned eagle buck.
I'm scrolling now through the various tiers. One person did get the Savior of the Wasteland set, which is plushes of the entire main cast. Damn, that's gonna be expensive in itself for someone to create. Custom-made Pip Buck, Stapletech branded toaster, and all the previous awards. So let's see. That's the very top. That's the Savior of the Wasteland package. The step down is the Lightbringer, or I guess we'll go up. Derpy's tip jar is you get a thanks. Watcher tier is you get exclusive poster quality digital artwork by Hiroshiru, the artist from the main title art. Basic digital is those, and then the complete digital audiobook in 320 MP3s. The deluxe digital, which is the complete audiobook in lossless FLAC. Don't get me started about damn FLAC files. FLAC is garbage. WAV bitches for lossless. Digital collector, complete high quality digital artwork set. Okay, is that also going to be by Hiroshiru? I don't know. Digital collector, or wait, no. Digital sponsor and deluxe digital sponsor. Oh wait, and then okay, so digital sponsor, you get your name spoken in the credits. Deluxe digital sponsor, you also get a short 20-word custom spoken message in the credits. So I don't know, you can get to say whatever you want, Watcher 857, I love you so much. Thank you for listening. Something like that. Fan set, you get all that stuff, and then an exclusive poster with artwork by Hiroshiru. DJ set is all of that, plus a limited edition audio CD and the complete audiobook on commemorative USB flash drive. Deluxe DJ set is all that, plus some limited edition LP record. So I can only assume that's going to be like the Seventh Element, whatever music he's been making for this in like...
So wait, are they actually going to do a legitimate record?
That's what they said.
What?
So the deluxe DJ set is how much? Where is it? DJ set. Deluxe DJ set is only $200, and it has 10 claimed plus all the tiers above that. So that's a lot of LPs. I tell you what. At least 100, it looks like. I don't know. Complete audiobook commemorative LP. Oh, here we go. Oh my god. The Ultimate DJ set has the complete audiobook in CD box set. Do you know how many fucking CDs they're gonna have to print for that?
Oh no.
That's like 60 CDs. Oof. That's I don't think anyone wants that, do they? I like the LP for like to put on a wall, like, you know, nice package maybe, but does anyone really want a box of CDs? Ugh. Ultimate DJ set is oh wait, Ultimate DJ has then your name spoken in the credits and that stuff. And then the Lightbringer set has almost all of that, except for it also has a longer 150 word custom special message in the credits. So you can have an entire love letter from Little Pip to you and your name. And then it also comes with a custom one-of-a-kind painted Pip buck. Damn.
Yeah.
That was the Lightbringer set with 1 claimed, and then 3 more claimed the Hellmare set for 1,500 America bucks, which is a custom Raider-themed Pip buck, a little Pip plush in a unique Raider outfit, some miscellaneous Raider goodies, and all the previous physical rewards, and all the previous digital rewards. And then the $5,000 Savior of the Wasteland is you get a plush of every character, plus all the other shit. So, I think what someone is... Who was it? I think it was Dusty that told us, where it's like, just to fulfill all these physical things alone is going to be probably 25 grand. Holy cow.
That's ridiculous.
Unless they're like kind of donated from the people, you know, and their own donations, and then they get, you know, the CDs or whatever for free. But that's, I don't know. I don't have a lot of faith for this project. It's not as crazy as Stable Tech, but it like, you know, it still looks unrealistic to me. Okay, should we, what else should we talk about? What are you guys, are you thoroughly blackpilled now about the audiobook? Can we move on? So what we're saying is, don't listen to their stuff. Just keep listening to us. This is the quality radio horse nuclear content.
And we do it for free.
That's right. We got various tip jars and Patreon and stuff, but otherwise you can get it for free.
If you want to donate, you can. If you don't want to, just like, follow, and subscribe.
And share. Share as wide as you can, please.
Share the shit out of it, please. For people watching our shit. We're almost at 3,000. Dude, if we get to 3,000 by Everfree, I'm like, we got to 2,000 at Everfree. I'm gonna cry.
That would be pretty great. I know we're in such a niche market, but still, we appreciate all our fans, and we hope to.
I mean, we're still getting pretty good. Most of the reason why, like, we're good. I think part of the reason why a lot of the people who are really into FOE aren't coming over is because they are into FOE and not the side stuff. You know what I mean?
Which is understandable, but still, we're good. We're the ones cranking out the new content, y'all. We got all this fresh stuff coming. It's so great, too, going on the Wikia, because it's like all of the audio like version side stories. It's like all of us and then the storyteller series. And it's like, it's nice to see. We got like almost our own section, basically.
Yay. I mean, other than the fact that Skybolt made it, but yay.
No, I didn't make that. That existed before me.
Wait, you didn't make that?
No, someone added that audio series section.
What?
Yeah, all I did was add the current word count of the various series.
Oh, shit. Somebody likes us.
Yeah, because what is it? The Wasteland Survival Guide's at like roughly 25,000 words, all added together. And then Terminal Secrets is at like 60,000. And then Confessions is in the 180s, 170s.
Yay.
No, all I did was I began the process of making the individualized pages for some of our characters and places and episodes, and I do have to finish that too before the next episode comes out. I gotta finish those pages. I think I'm halfway done.
Gotta update it.
Yeah, I gotta fill it out because there's a lot of nice, like, kind of, unspoken backstory in there too. Like, if you guys want to check out the EAST Corp and the Ivory Labs pages on the Wikia, there's some nice backstory in there that isn't explicitly spoken in the story. So you can read all about the Sora and the biotype accelerant and all that fun stuff. Yeah, so.
Oh my goodness.
Please keep loving us.
So, Skybolt, question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you wear beanies or ball caps?
In general, I wear more beanies than ball caps.
Okay.
Because I almost never wear hats at all, but it's like, when I do, I guess I've got, like, kind of a display for caps in my house, but practically, I've worn beanies more often whenever I visit someplace cold, so, yeah.
Okay. Because I learned a new trick on the embroidery machine.
Nice.
I can make beanies now.
Nice. Beanie babies.
I'm so excited.
I just can't hide it. You have any since we have you on, do you have any predictions or wishes for season 9 or for whatever the last season of Horse is?
A horse? More chrysalis.
Yeah, more chrysalis would be great. I can agree with that.
I will never say no to more chrysalis. Let's see. I think that's pretty much it. Just more chrysalis.
Yeah.
I love me some chrysalis. She's a good bug.
Yeah, they had a good sprinkling of her in season 8, but it still wasn't quite enough.
There's never enough. She's the only character that's lasted, like, the only villain.
Yeah, she's the only unreformed villain left, I think, because the rest are locked away or Somber got fucking killed.
Or incinerated.
Yeah. Holy cow.
I'm really behind. I do have to catch up. So I'm gonna try to catch up while I'm doing some packing and cleaning stuff. Just have it going on in the background.
Yeah, I just gotta physically watch the finale at some point, which is just, for story-wise, but otherwise it's like a lot of little, like, random episodes in the middle where it's like, get to those eventually.
Yeah. Any movies you're excited to see this year?
I can't even think, aside from what we've mentioned, which are more of, like, I guess, show releases. Well, there is Has Been Hotel comes out too. That's gonna be fun.
Oh my gosh, Ashley.
I think you cut out for a second there.
Oh, my friend Ashley is one of the ones who has been Hotel.
Nice.
And I've been so proud of her.
Yeah, I know, she must be excited.
I'm excited for the new Lion King.
The new what?
Lion King. The Lion King.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've talked about that in the past.
Yeah. That's not a live action, though. I will stand by that.
It's functionally live action.
It's still animated.
Yeah, well, so is Transformers and whatchamacallit. Well, basically most of these movies, it's like, if they're gonna animate anyway, then why not do the animation that's beloved and known rather than all this complicated CG crap?
Oh my gosh. So, Burring Kron says, what if season 9 finale dream and the new main character of Gen 5 wakes up and we see his/her face?
Ooh, that would be meta. End it like a freaking Saint oh, damn it, what was that show? Anyway, yeah, that would be an interesting resolve for the series.
That would be super meta. I think the new version of Mulan is.
Oh, Saint Elsewhere. That's what I was thinking of. Where at the end, the whole series turns out to be in a snow globe.
Like a fever dream?
Kind of, yeah. It's like a kid just staring in the snow globe, imagining the whole story. I didn't know they were remaking Mulan, though. I know there's like Dumbo and a whole bunch of others, but I didn't know Mulan had finally circled around on that list.
Yep, they're redoing Mulan. I think they're coming out with a new Toy Story this year, too.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Toy Story 4, which it's getting a lot of good press, but I think it's just, it's just marketing because it's like, they kind of did the same for Toy Story 3, and most of Toy Story 3 tread like the Toy Story 2 story, but I don't know.
Well, if you think about it, Disney's whole dynamic, the way that they make a movie seem good is if they hype it up.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't matter if the movie's good because a shit ton. So movies that are good that didn't get hyped up, like John Carter, for instance.
Oh, yeah.
Hardly anybody knows about John Carter.
Yeah, that was sad.
Hardly anybody knows it exists. But it's a good movie. It just didn't get the hype it needed in order to actually do well in the box office.
Because I'd love to see more like old-fashioned turn-of-the-century sci-fi to get vogue again. That's some neat stuff. There's a lot of really weird, crazy ideas. But yeah, that was unfortunate.
Yeah, John Carter was sadly under. Treasure Planet too, sadly underrated.
Yeah, and Iron Man. And marketing really makes or breaks a lot of movies. It's like if they just don't care, then they've given up on the movie themselves.
Yeah. It's like if someone's like, new Mulan, new sauce.
Oh, Mulan. They're going to market the shit out of Mulan, I tell you what. It's going to be... They're going to...
Szechuan sauce.
They're going to spread that shit over China so much. I'm sure they would put a lot of money into it, expecting very high returns from the Asian market.
So the one thing that I remember the most from like the Mulan marketing when it came out was the Mulan toothpaste.
What?
Yeah, so they had like this it looked like a shaving cream container.
What?
But it had toothpaste in it and it had Mulan on one side and then Mushu on the other. And you would press the top and the toothpaste would come out. And I remember that because I thought I was like 6, okay? So don't judge me too hard. I thought that like the red in it was actually Mushu, so I tried to get Mushu out by pushing all of the toothpaste out.
Well, I mean, it sounds like top 10 crossovers nobody asked for. Mulan toothpaste? It's like, at least the Szechuan sauce made sense. Toothpaste? That's so stupid.
I wonder if I can find it.
Yeah. No, I'm sure... I'm sure if they do make a live action Mulan, they'll put a lot of money into it, and then they'll put a ton of marketing into the Asian market. So I'm not sure if it would do well, though. I think that's one of those where they think it'd do really well, but then it won't. I don't know. We'll see. I'd love to see I'd love to see more Hunchback of Notre Dame just to hear the music again. That's so great. I love that.
I'm putting it in the general chats.
Okay. Why do we have 2 general chats? It's so ridiculous. It's like just have the one. Okay. Or we should like distinguish them somehow, like make one more formal and one more like shitposty. I feel like some convergence of the chats would be good for overall conversation. Here we go. It's so stupid. What the hell?
Right?
Aquafresh toothpaste. Wow. So random.
But it came with like a toy and everything.
Yeah, I guess it's like, I don't know, getting a toy and cereal. It's just, yeah, I don't know. It's maybe they thought that would be better than like, you know, putting toys with candy as you put toys with toothpaste. I mean, I guess, but toothpaste.
A lot of Disney princess stuff, like a lot of Disney princess toothpaste and stuff like that.
It's like, even still, it's like something you only use like, you know, once, you know, once every few months it takes to go through a bottle of toothpaste. So I don't know. It's interesting.
Kids don't want toothpaste. This was the 90s when your parents actually taught you how to brush your teeth.
Yeah, that too. When the parents brush their teeth also, which doesn't quite happen anymore either.
Everyone's just like, fuck it, we'll get veneers.
Yeah. It's a brave new world.
Brave new world.
Oh, that's the other new live action is Aladdin. They're making the new Aladdin.
I'm not surprised.
It's just sad. Like I just want some more 2D. Give me some more 2D princess movies.
I want some more 2D princess.
Like I was rewatching old songs like on a playlist, and Princess and the Frog came up, and the whole Friends on the Other Side, and I'm like, just look at how great the animation and the creativity in the song and stuff. I'm like, and then Rapunzel or Frozen songs came up too, and I'm like, imagine how good this would look in their classical animation style. But no, we just got to be Pixar 2, Frozen Boogaloo.
So I really like Princess and the Frog. It's a really good movie. I, however, feel like at the time it was just a way to shoehorn in a princess color.
Well, and they didn't market that either. That was my other complaint, was like I didn't remember any of the marketing, like, period. And that was at a time I was in choir and really paying attention to musicals and stuff. And it was like, oh, Princess and the Frog, and then it was gone.
Right.
It's just sad.
Agreed. What's another good one? I'm trying to think. Brave. I realize that was technically Pixar, but I really love Brave.
I liked the setup for Brave, but I feel like the execution was not especially well done. That's just me, though.
And then to the people who are asking, yes, we do have. You have to donate $1 to our Patreon.
Yeah, it's a.
That's the only. That's the only stipulation.
Yeah, it's you know, for like bullshitting around kind of chat. It's fun. We have fun in there.
I just watched Treasure Planet for the first time in a long time, and I'd forget how pretty the movie is.
Yeah, no, they put a lot of money into the animation for sure. Then mixing the Tarzan, like, you know, swoopy camera and the old fashioned and the CGI. Except for the 2 songs. I don't care for the 2, like, you know, very dated songs, but otherwise the music's good.
Yeah. When Vermont was looking for, he was using screenshots from Treasure Planet as examples of what kind of art he wanted.
Oh.
And it had very low expectation, very low budget for art. And I was like, first of all, fuck you. You're not getting what you want for this little.
Yeah, no.
Second of all, this is going to take months.
That too.
So I had to talk him down, because, like, you're crazy. Like, I think he went to Lucas with a screenshot of the spaceport Montresor from Treasure Planet, and that whole planet is like a city. It's just a man-made city.
Yeah.
So everything is squished together, buildings, and it's very beautiful. Like when they're doing the first B camera over the whole city, it's really pretty and it's very detailed, but it's also really pretty and very detailed.
Nice.
So it's like, You're not going to get that level of detail. $50, Vermont. Fuck you.
No, you're not. $50, that's like 2 characters, you know, in show style with a background.
Right? So I had to up his budget realistically. We ended up doing 50 or something like that. And then I had to lower his expectations.
Yeah, you gotta rein him in. We can't drop $2,000 on every episode.
Right? Because he went to Lucas for the art, which is fine, but Lucas also came to me, what is this? And I was like, no.
He tried to get the girlfriend discount.
Let me talk to him. It's like, let me talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
Because Lucas was kind of like, yeah. So are you fucking serious? I was like, hold on. We had to give him realistic goals. I love Vermont so much, but goddamn, sometimes dreams are bigger than reality.
Gotta rein it in.
It's like we're gonna just kind of kick you down a little bit. That's why he keeps me around to help him, because I'm just like, no, stop. This is a great idea, but stop it. No. I'm helpful on occasion. Tempest should have been the only villain. Technically, Tempest was. I mean, Storm King really didn't matter.
Storm King was so lame. Like, why did they pay all that money to have Liev Schreiber? That was like such a waste of money.
Yeah, they probably could have.
It could have been freaking M.A. Larson on the microphone, just be like, "What's up, guys? I am the Storm King." I mean, that's the level of voice acting that was done. Why not? Hire a fucking brony. They'd work for free. They'd pay you to be the Storm King.
Right? Oh my god. Get Black Griffin to do it.
Oof. He's already been in something, right? Or like he played mandolin for one of them? Or no, that was Mando Pony.
Yeah, no. Black Griffin was in a Disney movie.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, he was in Finding Dory, and all he did was...
Oof.
He played the stupid bird.
Oh, that's right. Yes, that's right. Yes, now I remember.
He played the stupid bird and didn't get any credit.
That's... I don't know. That's kind of clever, but then again, it didn't feel like they marketed enough to really draw from that property, unless they just assumed, like, you know, word of mouth would carry that he had a character in Finding Dory across the bronies.
Yeah.
I mean, the movie was fine, but I mean, it, you know, it wasn't groundbreaking like Finding Nemo. And the same as, like, Incredibles 2. It was like, it was fine, but, you know, they're all a step down. It's just, none of them are Toy Story 2, which I'd argue was a definitive, like, step up from the original Toy Story.
Oh yeah, Toy Story 2 is definitely good. Like, not only they perfected their animation style a little bit better.
Yes.
Like, in general, the storyline, it had like conflict that actually mattered. You know? Like, yeah, if they get separated from Andy, it's going to suck, but at the same time, they could find another kid. But in this one, like, they were literally going to be locked in prison forever.
Yeah. Yeah, just to be stared at by gawking museum attendees. Oof.
Yeah, like, nobody's ever going to play with you again. And that would, like, if you were a toy, that would be more terrifying than losing your kid. Because you could always find another kid.
They're always making new
and then
kids.
Toy Story 3, it was kind of like I guess surreal, because, you know, the kids growing up and at the same time growing up and getting for a toy. You know what I mean?
I get what they were trying to do with Toy Story 3. I just don't, except for, like, that end scene, mostly. Like, most of it's kind of forgettable. I'll be honest, just the fact that they got put in the daycare kind of took away from the concept of him, like, moving past the toys. It's like, if there was more, like, conflict in the middle, I might have felt it more. But it's like, he got rid of them early on in the movie. So it was already, like, you know, it was already like they were gone. So
I agree and I disagree. I feel that like putting them into the daycare provide more conflict because I lost my train of thought.
like the daycare would have been a good plot for the fourth movie of After Andy, essentially, where then they're stuck, okay, we don't have a kid anymore. We got to find out, what is our future going to be? But, the plot of the separation from Andy, it was kind of done in number 2, where they weren't sure if they could get back to him or not. He didn't actually give them, I don't know. That's just my takeaway.
I think that they had to come to terms with the fact that their kid was growing up because, they were saying that, oh yeah, you've been stuck in this chest for years, desperately trying to get him to play with you again, like by calling his cell phone just to have him pick you up.
Oh, yeah.
Like, first of all, how the fuck does a toy know how to... That's what I want to know.
What happened to Bo Peep? Is she dead? They got to tell us.
I think they sold her at a garage sale. Like, I don't know. Like, I just know Woody got really sad. Like, even Bo or something like that.
She's dead.
She's dead. She got dropped. I mean, she was porcelain.
Yeah, the daughter dropped her. She's dead.
Probably dropped her. Oh, that's terrifying.
That's sad. Ripping potatoes.
Poor Bo.
Poor Bo.
I have mixed feelings about the new Toy Story. Like, what's up with the fork with the squiggly arms? Like,
it definitely feels like just, whoops. Oh my god. Sorry, I kicked something over. It definitely feels like they're just making another sequel to, to recapture like a famous franchise kind of thing.
We'll see how it goes. Mixed feelings. Do you think this one might be the flop in the Toy Story?
I'm gonna say no because of the name recognition. Like, no matter how shitty the Cars movies are, they still keep making them, which sucks. But, I think in general Pixar is kind of like on shaky ground. It's definitely not, it's not their home stretch that they started with in the 2000s. So
yeah.
They're trying to like recapture, rekindle. I think too, part of it is that it's like it's a pluralized market in that now DreamWorks finally has some good series like How to Train Your Dragon, and they had the the Panda series for a while, and even like what was the other one? The Blue Sky. Like they still have they still were making Ice Ages for a while. And another big part is, things like Frozen and Tangled and Big Hero 6 and Wreck-It Ralph, it's all the same crap. It's like, Pixar might have started it, but now it's just, one of the crowd. And so it's not quite as magic as it was or whatever.
Yeah. Have you seen Wreck-It Ralph 2?
I did. I liked it in the general sense, but there were a few things about it that were perturbing.
I think that they shoot, like, the fact that they actually...
Hello?
Hello?
I hear you.
I think the fact that they had, like, a race called Water Race, like, that's a little hardcore for kids.
Yeah, that's definitely... It sounded more like a mobile game than like an internet computer game. Like, maybe that's what they were trying to get across, but yeah.
I think it was like an internet, like World of Warcraft type thing. You know what I mean?
That's more what they were framing it as.
It was just weird. And then I feel like the story of, or not, that Ralph had to learn, I think that might have been too deep for kids who are going to be into Wreck-It Ralph.
Oh yeah, too much older or whatever.
Yeah, just kids. Most younger kids don't understand the. Like, everybody's seen it, so I don't want to spoil it. But I feel like it was just a lesson that going to understand until maybe they're like 10 or 11 when things like that start to happen to them. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my take on it. That and the dark web was
That was a pretty tame dark web, to be honest, though.
It was a very tame dark web. I just thought it was weird that they had to like, we gotta go to the dark web to get a virus. Now kids are gonna try to get into the dark web, man.
Yeah, it introduced them to the concept of dark web. I kind of hated the fact that like one of the main story points was they were saved by the YouTube algorithm. That to me reeked of like bullshit Disney corporate like what an absolute insult. There's no way they could have done that in a vacuum where they just came up with that idea. The fact that they're trying to like, oh, she's such a hip trendsetter, you know, she tells you what videos you should be watching. And even within the context of the movie, she's like shoving videos in front of people's faces and taking them away from whatever they actually wanted to watch. I'm like, fuck you, Disney, you assholes. Yeah. Try to make some positive character out of this? That should have been the villain. God damn.
Right?
Corporate pieces of shit. I think
the reason why they tried to turn it.
And you can't say that they don't know internet culture either, because they were the ones that bought Maker, which was one of the main YouTube partner studios for a long time until they shut down Maker.
Yeah.
So fuck you, Disney, you assholes. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, I think the reason why they did that was because they own a lot of the YouTube properties. Like a lot of the bigger YouTube names are Disney partnered. Like PewDiePie was Disney partnered until he yelled the N-word.
No, they dropped him from the Wall Street Journal article.
What?
They dropped him before the N-word thing. That was the initial like February thing.
Wait, I thought they dropped him because like he got really excited about hitting like 10 million subscribers or something like that, and he said the N-word.
No, that was a thing that happened like months later. Is like down the road.
I had no idea. I mean, I knew that there was a went on to Fiverr to prove a point, like people will do anything for a little bit of money, and so he paid some people to shout some anti-Semitic things.
Oh yeah, that wasn't why they canceled it though. It was only after the Wall Street Journal. It was essentially what the Wall Street Journal did is they tried to kill advertising, and that was the whole adpocalypse. And so it was once like they were hemorrhaging, then they tried to do that to appease them, which of course it didn't, because of course Wall Street Journal still does this shit. So
yeah, yep, it's crazy.
Yeah,
Internet man, and the fact that Jake Paul is still making videos.
Oof.
What the fuck?
Yeah, all the Paul brothers are doing well.
He did this thing, Jake Paul. It was the Bird Box challenge where you wear a blind for 20. So most people just like do the Bird Box challenge in their own home where they're wearing basic tasks without the use of their eyes.
Yeah.
Which is a little insensitive to people who are actually blind, but whatever. You know, that pushing that aside, he tried to do a full 24 hours and doing normal tasks like going to the store, so he would walk in the middle of a road. Ugh.
It's very dangerous.
Very dangerous. Like he nearly got hit by a car. It's actually been taken down since that happened, but what the fuck?
Yeah, it's like if you have to go through that and, you know, you got to get like seeing eye dog and whatever, like that's part of life. But I mean, when you're not used to it and then just go out and be blind for a day, that's very dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't tell you also how damn overhyped that stupid movie is. That's like the new Paranormal Activity, where it's just like a whole bunch of normies got super excited about it, and now everyone's it wasn't that good to begin with. I don't know why it's so damn popular.
I haven't seen it yet, but I can say that Sandra Bullock didn't pull up with so much bullshit just to be known as the lady from...
Can you believe that? Oof, that's really sad. That's really sad.
Right. And I personally haven't watched Bird Box, but from what I've seen,
it's stupid.
It's The Happening. It's M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dongs.
It really is, in the sense that it's cheap as hell, where they can, like, you know, the monster is just an invisible force kind of thing. So you just got to tell your actors to, you know, do some reaction. You don't got to pay anyone to animate a monster. You don't got to, you know, come up with anything that creative. Happening? Oh yeah, I've seen The Happening. Yeah, all the trees, you know, fart and kill you.
The plants.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dongs, The Happening.
Yeah.
It's just the plants. That's what's killing everybody, is the plants.
Well, in this case, it's like invisible demons or whatever. It's like an SCP, and I'm in a few SCP groups, and they were pointing out it's like it's literally all this is. It's like when day breaks, but instead of turning into, you know, like melty people, people just, like, if you go outside and you look at, like, the outside vaguely, it's really not clear, like, what the definitive borders are, because some sunlight still gets in when they're in the house, and it's just like, if they wanted to treat the monster a little bit more seriously and give more defined terms as to what you can and can't look at, maybe. But it's like, I saw someone use
the monster right in the eyes. Okay, all right. I can work with that. We can't look the monster right in the eyes. Cool. All right.
Yeah.
We can work with that.
Also,
we
John
can't
Malkovich.
Look outside. Period. Alrighty then. What?
Also, John Malkovich did nothing wrong. He was right from the beginning, and they should have listened to him. But anyway, that's
Who?
Yeah, John Malkovich is in the movie.
Mm.
From being John Malkovich, that guy. He's like a crazy old man, but he's right. That's all that matters. He was right. My favorite character was Girl. That's the other thing that, like, made Sandra Bullock's character like unbelievable or unreasonable. It's like, okay, you're taking care of two children, and you're keeping them alive. You spent like 5-6 years keeping them alive. You don't give them names beyond boy and girl because you don't want to get attached. Miss me with that. That's bullshit.
Wait, what?
Yes, that's a major plot in the movie. Her arc is her detachment from people because of something. I forget what I missed the first 5 minutes of my family were watching it. And so she has the boy, and then the girl is from someone else, and she just leaves them as boy and girl, and they're like 5 and 6 by the time the end of the movie happens.
That's so stupid.
It is so incredibly stupid, and it makes her character like this laughable, like, nothing. And it's like, yeah. So I don't know. I don't know why it's so popular. It's such a dumb movie, even by Netflix standards.
I kind of want to watch it now just to see how stupid it is.
I had no idea it would take off. This was like, I've heard some people describe it as mom horror, and I would definitely put that label on it too, derisively.
Mom horror?
Mom horror. In the same way you might have like dad sci-fi.
So like a movie that your mom is.
Yeah, which is exactly how I heard about it, from my mom. And my mom's into real horror, like the real scary shit. But I don't know, it's like, it's just scary enough where it gives you the oogly googlies, but at the same time, like, a lot of people can watch it, and it's like, the scariest thing about it is when the people just kill themselves because they saw the spooky, scary monsters. That's it.
It's The Happening.
Yeah, basically. And at least well, in the same way as The Happening, it's unintentionally funny, especially when, especially after the John Malkovich scene when there like 3 people die in a row. It's just funny because they're people you wanted to see die anyway. So I don't know.
Yay! Satisfaction of watching these assholes.
Yeah, watching them stab their neck with scissors.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So I don't know. It's one of those, it's like, it's an interesting idea if it were written into a better movie, or like a TV show. I don't know, like, where there's some kind of invisible, because that's the thing, too, is the monsters were shown to have some kind of physical presence. There's a point where they're getting chased through the woods, and you see the bushes separating. Like, there's some kind of force in the air. They have some kind of weight to them. Yeah, so
That's weird.
Chaotic Babies in the chat. What is dad sci-fi? That's a term that I'm ripping off of Red Letter Media, where they used to describe like kind of Netflix like paranormal, the space station one activity, or not paranormal, the Cloverfield paradox or whatever in the space station movie, where it's like kind of just sci-fi enough where it's like neat, but it doesn't really get into any like really deep concepts or really whatever. It's just kind of like just enough sci-fi sprinkled in to make it, you know, technically sci-fi.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, Bird Box is overrated as hell. Watch almost anything else instead. Unless you want to understand like the memes. I can understand that. It like you got, you know, see it to understand why all these people are talking about it, but at the same time it's like I don't get it. I really don't get it. I watched it almost by accident, and then I came back from my parents' house from Christmas and the whole fucking internet was talking about it. I'm like, why? Why?
Why not?
Yeah, that's right. Why not?
Trying to think of another like stupidly overrated.
Yeah, what else is coming out this year? Like generic-y movies.
Can't think. What time is it? Ooh, I gotta get going soon.
Yeah, that's fine. Just let me know.
I forgot that a friend of mine was like, do something today. And I'm like, okay. So she's like, let's hang out after. Okay. I guess.
I have to clean. That's my main thing today. Is I gotta like clean my house. So that sucks. Oh yeah, Glass is coming out. That could be fun.
Glass?
Yeah,
Glass?
That's the third Shyamalan movie of the one series he made that's actually good. Where it was Unbreakable, and then it was Split, and now he's like merging all his kind of super.
Oh,
yeah.
Shyamalan Ding Dong did both of those.
Yeah, it's the only really good movies he's made.
I guess that's the reason why I didn't realize that he did.
Yeah. And that's why so many people put stock into him at the beginning, because immediately he had two good movies with Bruce Willis, Unbreakable and Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
And then it was shit. Oh yeah, Joker. Joker's coming out, the DC spin-off movie.
I've got mixed feelings.
Yeah, it looks weird to me. I'll have to see more trailers before I'm swayed one way or another.
I think a reason why I have mixed feelings. I don't do that. I think the reason why I have mixed feelings is because, like, Heath Ledger was so good.
Oh, it's not our. Oh yeah. Of course, yeah. That's the ultimate problem. That I kind of feel bad for Jared Leto, because it definitely looks like he did put a lot of energy into his Joker in Suicide Squad, but that movie sucked so bad that it's like now I don't think he'll ever be playing the Joker again.
Right.
And it wasn't his fault that the movie sucked. It was like everything about the movie sucked.
There was just a shitty conglomerate of shitty circumstances.
Yeah.
Boom. Jared Leto looks like a dick.
Yeah, I do not like the art style of that Joker personally. It just looked weird, and the damage tattoo on his forehead, I'm like, okay, this is like, it's like if 2019 is the year of Scene, that was Scene Joker. Ugh.
29 Scene.
29 Scene. Oh, Detective Pikachu. That actually looks really good. I'm excited for that.
I want to see it. It looks super cute.
Yeah,
But I've been so lonely.
What they need to do is bring in a second Pikachu at some point that's Danny DeVito. They have to. The whole internet wanted it to be Danny DeVito. But I like it. It looks good with Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu. And considering what they're trying to do with like the live action Pokemon, it looks like it looks like the best they could do with translating that into a live action concept. So I have hopefully it'll be the first of many. We'll have a whole live action Pokeverse.
I'm excited. I think it's weird that a lot of people are like, oh, Fluffy. It's like her name is literally Jigglypuff. What did you want her to be? Like a flesh monster with a flesh curl on her head?
Yeah, it's like maybe I'm used to it because I've seen so much like the fan live action Pokemon and stuff. It's like you have an understanding of what kind of creature each of them would be. It's like of course it wouldn't just be like a leathery skin. That'd be weird.
That would be weird. It'd be like that would especially be hard to explain what that curl on her head is. Like, is that supposed to be fur? Is that just a flesh puff? Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, it's like with the ponies. It's like, of course, they're covered in a coat of hair, which actually is really fun then when you get, artists who do fan art with, like, the fluffy chests and whatever. I like that. It looks cuddly when they have a few stray hairs around them.
Yeah, because they're supposed to be hairy. They're not supposed to be flesh.
Yeah. Actually, probably be softer than actual horses. Actual horse hair is pretty straw-like, It's pretty straight. They're making a Zombieland too? What? Someone just put in the chat? Does it have what's his name as
Woody Harrelson?
Well, yeah, it has Woody Harrelson, but does it have the nerd kid? What's his name?
Not John Cera or Michael Cera?
Yeah,
John
not
Cera.
Michael Cera. Jesse Eisenberg. There we go.
Oh, okay.
Dan Aykroyd. Oh yeah, Emma Stone. See, I didn't see the first one, so I'm not I'm not too knowledgeable of Zombieland, but yeah, I've heard it was good. Yeah. So should be interesting year. Wait, what is this? Oh no. Oh yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog. I cannot believe they're making a live action Sonic the Hedgehog movie. There's no market for Sonic, is there? Is there still that many Sonic fans? I thought it was like, I don't know. I thought it was just like an internet meme at this point. Holy shit, are all three of these really coming out in 2019? Dumbo and Lion King and Aladdin?
Yeah.
Damn.
Right?
What the hell, Disney? That's too much. Now they're just flooding the market.
They're doing it on purpose. One of them has to be good, right?
Yeah. I think. And then at the end of the year, Star Wars Episode 9.
Oh no.
Sad face. And that'll be the last Star Wars movie.
Not more Star Wars. What are they gonna do about Carrie?
What they need to do is they need to make an Obi-Wan trilogy about Duchess Satine and the whatchamacallit, Mandalore Wars. That would be awesome. That's a Clone Wars thing for all the uninitiated. Go watch the Clone Wars arc with the Mandalorian and Duchess Satine. That's the best arc in the show.
You're a dork.
OTP, always Obi-Wan and Duchess Satine.
You're a dork.
There's an indie group called Blue Core Studios trying to make a live-action Sonic film. It didn't go well. Yeah, indie animation is incredibly hard to do. I mean, probably the biggest push I've seen in recent years has been Hotel, and it's led by a good collective of quality internet animators. But otherwise it's Stable Tech.
Oh my god, no.
I can't tell you, though, how awesome the documentary is going to be. I think it's going to be a very nice, concise story of Stable Tech Studios, and it's very funny, and we spent weeks getting all of the assets we still had together to really flesh out everything into it. It's gonna be exciting, I think.
I need to start getting going. I gotta get showered and head out.
That's fine. I think I'll talk. Oh, we'll go to 3 hours or something, and then go from there.
And then you gotta go clean.
Yeah, I gotta clean.
Gotta go be an adult, Sky.
Yeah, I mean, it's clean enough, but it's like I have a bunch of people coming over tomorrow, so I'm cleaning up to be, you know, a good host. So
yeah,
that sucks.
All right. Well, bye everybody.
Goodbye, Nettle. Okay, and then there was just us. So okay, so what else is there to talk about? There are actually a lot of movies coming out this year. How to Train Your Dragon, was this 3, 4, something like that. With How to Train Your Dragon and the female white dragon also, which is great. Men in Black International, that could be fun. Hellboy remake, I'll be interesting. I don't know what to make of it yet. Like, the reason the first 2 Hellboys were so good is because you had a director like damn it, what's his name? Guillermo del Toro, weaving in a lot of very Lovecraftian, interesting story elements into the movies. And I just, like, except for Hellboy being the Hellboy, I don't know about the new director or writer, what they're gonna do with it. So, oh yeah, and then the Dark Phoenix, the X-Men, the terrible X-Men Dark Phoenix posters are not official. It's a weird thing to say. This one poster looks good anyway. Yeah, so that'll be then the follow-up to Apocalypse, which is like, it wasn't bad, Apocalypse, but it also wasn't quite good either. I think it's hard for the new X-Men's, the recent X-Men movies, to follow Days of Future Past. That was such a well executed film based on such a weird premise, but they were able to pull it off, and the time skipping and everything, like they really did a good job with it. But I'm not after Apocalypse, I'm not exactly full faith behind Dark Phoenix yet. We have someone new to the podcast. Did you know Bungie is free from Activision? Yes, we might have discussed that at one point earlier in the podcast. Long story short, I do not have faith in Bungie to then go forward and be a good game studio again. Whereas 343 looks like they actually paid attention to the fans and are trying to make Halo Infinite a good Halo game again. So. Best X-Men movie so far has been Deadpool, hands down. Yeah, Deadpool 1 was very well handled. I haven't seen Deadpool 2. I've heard it's good, more of the same, but nothing, obviously, that's as groundbreaking as the first Deadpool. So, yeah, more of the same is good. I mean, the important thing with Deadpool is that he's meta, right? I mean, it's just like, that the humor works, that the situations work where Deadpool can be Deadpool. So, that's the important thing. Yeah, what about Logan? That was great. I have to agree. Logan is definitely up there in the X-Men films for me. Like, damn, there has been like, what, 10 X-Men films now? I like Logan except for the end. I'll say that, like, I believe I said on the podcast originally, which is, I get it. I get it why he had to die at the end. But at the same time, I would have liked some kind of something else keep him alive or whatever. It's like, you know, all the buildup of him, you know, being a new father figure for her, and then he just keels over. That's just like, that's kind of bullshit. Especially because we have so few movies where we have a quality, like, father-daughter relationship like that. Like, I think that's one of the reasons the Last of Us game worked so well, is it was such a good, you know, the story's built on actual relationships where it's like the dynamic of the relationship matters for the progress of the story. That's so great. And it's so rare these days, it feels like. I don't know. It's like a lot of secondary characters are just like part of the set or part of this, you know, scene where you don't have like two characters that are really equally as important. You know, we'll take the new Star Wars movies, for example. It's like, you know, are Finn and Poe and etc. important? Yes. Are they important in context with Rey? No. I mean, the closest we got was in The Last Jedi, the dynamic between Rey and the best character, which is, of course, is Kylo Ren. But then, as soon as they had what's, you know, Golden Robe Boy dead, it went right back to status quo. Like, it would have been so interesting if they really did team up for a while and they had this, like, they tried to form this new gray empire where all of the, you know, Force users, like, were forced to convene into this sort of, like, not really good, but I guess more practical, like, will to power kind of thing, where, I don't know, they could have explored a lot of really interesting ideas behind that, but, you know, Rian Johnson, he was only subversive to the idea that it was going to be, you know, subversive to the idea that it was going to be a good movie. That's his main subversion for the audience. Yeah, congratulations, Rian Johnson, and your trilogy that's never going to happen, you fucking idiot. Hope you enjoyed owning the fans. Haha, total epic ponage, all you core Star Wars fans from the last 40 years. It's not like you're the only ones propping up the franchise. I've heard a great analogy for the recent Star Wars movies is that they're different movies with the same characters. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like, you know, the only reason they're bringing J.J. Abrams back is to try to wrangle the trilogy into a whole cohesive narrative again, but it's like, I mean, both Solo and Rogue One were better movies, hands down. Like, I'd say Rogue One was like a 6, but of course Rogue One had a necessary finality because of what the story was, but I would have liked to see, again, after the whole movie is sort of built on the relationship between Cassian and Felicity Jones, whatever. And then they just both die. Like, I get it, but it's like, couldn't you have had those two escape? Why not build up the other characters? They all die, and then you could have actually gone on with those two, and they could have played their own part, you know, later on or somewhere else. I don't know. The whole rebellion was big. It wasn't limited to one small fleet of ships like in The Last Jedi. You could have put them somewhere else. You could have, you know, made it like a Lion King 1.5 where they're in space during the, I don't know, the Empire Hoth missions when they're all escaping from Hoth. Or put them somewhere else. They could have done something with those characters. I don't know. Because, of course, it doesn't matter about story to them. It's all about money. So, and then, of course, Solo was actually pretty good. I actually liked the way they handled all the characters, and I liked the whole very, you know, Clone Wars-esque, prequels-esque, like, expansion of the ending where Darth Maul shows up, and I'm like, it'd be neat to see that carry on into other movies, but it's not going to happen, unfortunately, because of course Solo did so terribly in the box office, but it wasn't Solo's fault. It's just sad. It's like the other excuse is they're like, oh, it's just like all the prequel hate. It's like, well, no. It's like, yeah, there was prequel hate, of sure. But it's like then you had the Clone Wars series and things like that where people really did give a shit about it. It's like the main problem with the prequels was execution, where you had, you know, clunky dialogue and then, you know, a lot of the cinematography was very wooden with the A camera, B camera and all that stuff. It's like those are still valid complaints for sure. But again, the core of it, the actual story, the ideas behind the Old Republic and, you know, the rise of the Emperor and everything, that's still interesting ideas. And the reason we know that is because then the Clone Wars, under the loving guidance of Dave Filoni, grew all of those ideas and concepts into an incredible set of stories. So that's how you know there was something good there. It's not the same thing with the new series. The new series was very, you know, very shallowly constructed to just be essentially a remake, a soft reboot, where it's like, okay, this is our Luke Skywalker character, but not really. This is our, you know, this is our droid that carries the secret plans, but not really. This is our Emperor-type character, but not really. It's like, I don't know. Unless they're planning on making a prequel trilogy where you give all the build-up to who Snoke is and how he got in contact with Kylo Ren and stuff, it's like, then you're just like, then it's just a waste of time. It's like, these are all story elements that should have been in the last two movies. Or like, why Luke Skywalker, after having gone to great lengths to not kill his father and not like go all out, crazy, it would then suddenly snap in the middle of the night and try to like chop his nephew into pieces because he thought there could possibly be the potential of darkness inside of him. God, so fucking bad. Okay, we can get off of Star Wars. We don't need to make the whole thing Star Wars, but it's like it's just sad. Yeah, that's right. They are coming back with Clone Wars Season 7. The season, I believe, that was mostly made before Disney, pulled the old abort button also and ended that in its place. And then they made Rebels. It's like, well, why even put, stock into Rebels if you were going to kill the good series that was already existing? It's like, again, so stupid, but now that all the fans are mad at them, then they're going to bring back Clone Wars. Good job, Disney. Great work. It better be good. It better be those old stories, under the same guidance rather than, just the new shit, but crammed into the Clone Wars form. What do you think about the new Doctor Who and how she is losing popularity? I don't know Doctor Who. I'm gonna be honest. My knowledge of Doctor Who is when all the millennials were talking about, David Tennant, and then later on was the other guy that ended up in the bad Terminator movie. Matt Smith? I think that's it. Matt Smith. I don't know. Yeah, I just don't know Doctor Who. I kind of get it that ever since, like, was it the 9th Doctor, there was sort of like a series rebirth where, the concept, obviously, of the Doctor still rebooting was a thing, but at the same time, it's like, it's interesting. But I don't know Doctor Who at all, so I really can't comment on that, per se. I'm seeing in the chat, Sketchy, that she is very underdeveloped and too much time with no companions. Oh, so instead of like the sort of classical Doctor like team up where there was always, a Doctor and then, a faithful assistant or faithful sidekick or whatever, she doesn't have any companions at all? That definitely sounds like it would make the writing suffer if they're trying to make it like all her, and then there's no... Oh, too much time with the companions. Or too many companions. Okay, well, I guess that's the opposite problem then, where there's no actual focus put on the Doctor herself. Yeah, I can probably make a guess as to why the ratings are suffering for her, but yeah, I could only make a guess based on some of the other major old properties that are suffering in recent times because they're getting a little bit too fresh, so to speak. More than anything, I'm just waiting for more, like, I guess more new series and stories to come out too. I don't know. It's a hard thing, but there's more books and things to plunder. They just gotta, like, I guess, take the risk. And that's the thing that Hollywood doesn't do anymore, is take like actual risks, where it's just like they're just clamoring as hard as they can to apply, to appeal to the widest, lowest common denominator, rather than actually doing something that a group of, fans might care about, rather than just, make it as basic bitch as they can. Yeah, it's like, no matter how you want to write a story, you can write good stories. You can write stories that have a lot of, diversity of characters and stuff, like the new Spider-Man. But what matters is it's got to be a good story. It's got to be a good story first. That's what you come up with first, and then all the other characters, if they make sense, if they treat respect with the original series and whatnot, that's good. But it's like you also can't just you also can't just take a story that was good and then you take out the main character or the main concept or something and then just cram something else inside of it and pretend it's the same thing. That's like, it's insulting. It's like, you can't just like, can't take away the core of something and just like, you know, you're going to accept this no matter what. Like, of course people aren't going to go accept that. They're going to do to it what they did to Solo and boycott it into utter annihilation. Yeah, so that's it's definitely a problem with storytelling these days. So, interesting stuff. Yeah, I don't know. It really sucks too. So what is Skydance Animation? Does anyone know what that is? Like, I know of Skydance the company. I didn't know they had an animation division, because I've definitely been seeing the controversy from their new animation director, a certain John Lasseter. So that's it's a bold move. They're definitely gonna get their name out there, but yeah, it's interesting. I want Negan in Fallout Equestria. Negan in Fallout Equestria would be interesting. I mean, there's a lot of characters, you know, not like that per se, but I mean, in the same vein of like sort of cruelty and whatnot. Of you know, I'd argue that there's a lot of Negan like characteristics in Red Eye and stuff, but. Negan is the baseball bat guy from The Walking Dead. I think that's his name, right? That's the same Negan I'm thinking of, where he had the baseball bat with the nails in it, and he bashed what's his name skull in. That was really sad. I can't imagine how painful it would actually be to die that way. Have someone bash your head in with a baseball bat with nails in it, like. I don't think you die on the first swing, is what I'm saying. I think it's going to take 2 or 3 before you finally black out. And it's like, it's that period in between where you can only imagine how painful and how much time must slow down, because your brain is trying to make you react to it and get away from the pain, but you can't because you're tied down or whatever. And so it just prolongs whatever horrible death you're going to suffer because of, you know, the basic survival instinct, trying to speed up time for you so you can get away, but you can't get away. So instead it was barbed wire, not nails. Okay, yeah. It isn't the same thing, of course, but I get it. Skydance Animations is new studio, and their first feature is going to be called Luck. What the hell is that about? Luck. Okay, let's Google it. Skydance Animation Luck. Did they not have any any information about it yet? Oscar-winning director of Shrek will helm Split, and then the guy behind Kung Fu Panda 3 will helm Luck. Both films are formed under the animation label in partnership with Spain's Ilion Animation Studios. Interesting. Yeah, they don't even say what Luck or Split are, so that's something else. Yeah, it's interesting. He killed Abraham and Glenn. Glenn was who I was thinking about. Yeah, I haven't really watched whatchamacallit, Walking Dead since like season 3. Because I'll be honest, once they took Frank Darabont off the show, like he knew what he was doing. At least he launched the series well. But the problem with the series was it was literally aimless. The series itself was like a walker where it didn't know where it was going. There was no ultimate plot line. That's what the series really needed, a direction. Like when they brought in the what's-his-name character saying they had a zombie cure and they had to get to DC to get the cure to, like, you know, a lab or scientist or something. That was interesting. They had someplace they were going. They had a target. They weren't just ambling around in backwoods Georgia, you know, soaking in money for the Georgia, you know, tourism board. They actually had something they were doing. It's just that was what the show was always lacking, was an ultimate drive. So then when that plot line was killed off, so to speak, where, oh yeah, there's no cure, we just wanted to, whatever. And I'm like, okay, that was when I was completely done. Then I stopped even following the concept of the story anymore. Yeah, exactly. Eugene was lying about the cure so he could be protected. Yeah, more like the directors were lying about the cure, where that and the possibility that it would become a good series again. It's frustrating for me. Like, it really goes back. A lot of it goes back to Avatar: Last Airbender on why that was such a good series. Was they had a plan. There was always a point they were trying to reach, and everything up until then was just meandering. Or no, sorry, for the other shows. Everything up until then for Avatar was building toward that. They were always moving in a direction. Whereas all these other shows, it's just like fucking around. It's ultimately just kind of fucking around and wasting time. And I'm like, where are you wasting my time? I'm not gonna, like, this isn't the fucking 80s where people just, you know, turn on the TV at night because there's nothing else to do, and that's in the background so you can watch your silly sitcom and laugh or whatever, and then you go away. It's like, no, people follow these things for actual stories now, you know, the Netflix model, the HBO super series, you know, Game of Thrones model. It's like, no one really watches episodic type sitcoms anymore. You know, you see even in Pony, and that was one thing I always liked about Pony from the beginning. All of season 1 was building toward the best night ever. You had the dress episode and the Ticketmaster and all that other stuff. It's like, it matters having overarching stories. That's one of the many reasons I stopped caring about The Simpsons too. And you see that, like, South Park, they understood that was the future, and so they got a boost in ratings once they went over to that conjoined season model, which honestly doesn't quite work for a show like South Park. But then at the same time, they then, you know, that model blew up on Launchpad for them when they put a little bit too much stock into an election plot line. So that's something else. You remember about the nuke they set off to destroy the CDC place and gave up trying to find a cure? Well, yeah, the CDC building was sad. It's like, they had study, like, that would have been a great way to end the season, is they had, you know, give them a flash drive and walk out of there with the doctor's findings before they thermite the CDC building into the ground. That would have been interesting. And then they could have carried and protected that flash drive with, you know, dear life, and maybe from there they had to get up to like Fort Meade, Maryland, you know, one of the major Army biological research laboratories. Like, that would have given them a purpose and a direction, and that would have been like what, four weeks of in-world story walking to get to you know, Fort Meade, and then have a bunch of times in the middle where they get caught up in Terminal or what's his name's farm or whatever. That's fine, but it's like, give them a direction, somewhere they have to go. That's what worked for the first season of Revolution, but then after the first season of Revolution, they didn't know quite what to do with the story, so then they kind of got lost, and then it kind of got bad, so that sucked. The Walking Dead is about characters. The zombies are frosting on the cake. Dr. Edwards did not find anything with his research, though. I don't care if it's about characters. I care about if it's a good show, and it's not anymore. It was good at the beginning when they were setting up the characters, but it's like, it's not just about surviving in the wasteland. It's about, like, okay, what are you going to do besides that? You're surviving. Okay, then what? It's like, at least in season 3, they were trying to build a society with it. And it's like, yes, I know that the cure was bullshit. That's what I have a problem with. It's like having a cure would have been a nice, whatchamacallit? Not mulligan. Plot device? I don't know, whatever. Just give them something to do. Something that's interesting. That was why I checked out of the show anyway. Yeah, and I'm talking about the show. I don't know the comic at all. Yeah, so where are we at? We're almost at the 3-hour mark. I think we'll wrap it up at the 3-hour mark because I do need to clean. So, yeah, any last things to talk about for these last 5 minutes? Anyone? Anyone want to talk about something? I don't know. Okay. Anyone want to talk about Big Chungus? That was a meme that came and went. That was immediately gone. I feel like the rebirth of Uganda Knuckles lasted longer than the Big Chungus meme. Did I miss anything about EAST Corp stuff? Well, we have a lot of stuff in the making. It's just not coming out right away. Wrap up on what we're making right now. We have the Great Experiment documentary is in progress. It will be coming out soon. I know we first teased it a long time ago when Stable Tech first killed itself, but we finally have everything coming together, and it should start releasing in a month or 2 or 3. We have one specific thing that's in production that is going to hold it up a little bit, something new we're making for it, but it'll be worth it. It'll be a nice way to sort of get the point across while the rest of the thing is being edited, and it's going to be good. Wasteland Survival Guide, we will have more episodes. It's not quite on me. We're waiting for more recordings of episodes, and then we'll move forward with that. There is a definite end for that. We have sort of the final list of what we're making, and so those will keep coming. Terminal Secrets finale is also in production. That'll hopefully be in the next month or 2. I know they have most of the voices. I think right now it's just mixing and mastering and polishing, more or less. So I'm not sure. I'm not involved with that. This is not my story. My story was Awake. That was quality. And then Confessions. I'm riding hard on that. It's about half done. I think we're about halfway done with Confessions 8. So hopefully a June or July release. That's my goal. That's what I'm aiming for. Maybe an anniversary release, June 14th. Make it 5-year anniversary of the first one. Oh my God. But it's going to be so good. It is so important of a story, and it's going to be fun. And then hopefully the finale by the end of the year. We'll see on that. So that should be fun. And then otherwise, I don't know about Untypical. Again, series I'm not involved with. And then, going on from there, we'll see what happens. It should be a fun time. Ride never ends. It's just like Mr. Skeleton said. Mr. Bones' wild ride. There is no getting off of the horse fandom. Yeah, that's about everything. It's always fun. We'll still have obviously we'll still have podcasts, we'll still have everything else. It's always gonna be something new. It's always gonna be something coming out. I mean, heck, we lasted this long. Even with Stable Tech's End, we determined to finish our series, and we're turning Stable Tech's corpse into Soylent, so we still have something that everyone can feast on. some Soylent Stable Tech green. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. Oh gosh, and then and then we'll see what happens with season 9 and whatever's left Whatever's left of Pony, we'll at least ride out the show. That's for sure. We gotta see how it all ends. We gotta get that Blu-ray whole series box set in hand. That's what I'm waiting for. I want that motherfucking full series gigantic Blu-ray box set, and I will be happy. And then we can change the channel to another show. No, and then we'll just go from there. It should be a lot of fun. It's Stable Tech or something. We're going to hear a lot of different perspectives. It's going to be more than just the same of what you've heard from me and Vermont. I feel like both Vermont and I's parts are going to be very nicely condensed into the narrative of the documentary, and then you'll also be hearing from a lot of other people that were, involved from the staff and get their various other perspectives that, James and I can't quite comment on. So anyway, thank you everyone for joining us. We hope you're having a great new year so far. We hope you enjoy everything we have in production this year. I'm definitely working very hard. I know all of us are, to make it the best year ever. And yeah, we will see you all next time on another episode of the Breakroom Podcast.